and something at the drive-thru. Right?
What'd you say?
I said, well, I want my change.
Did you say it like that?
I said,
I think you probably did, Chuck.
I was like, I'd like my change. Yes, please. And so the guy hands me back his change, or hands me back my change, and then sticks a tip jar out the window. And I'm like,
He wanted his tip.
What is going on here? I'm at the drive-thru. This is inappropriate.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
If you're looking for one of these shows that just sort of eases into it in the morning, you're not quite awake for this. I mean, you might just start picking us up around 6:30 because we just dive right in.
I've been up a while.
I'm not sure I'm ready for it. I'm talking to the person listening right now that their alarm goes off with the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah.
By the way, that's half of America. I don't know if you've seen the ratings. That's half of America.
Astronomical.
It's Chuck and Bo, Fox News, and then whatever else.
And it's close at the top. Don't kid yourself.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm at my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
All right. Guys, I just had to throw this thing together right here at the last moment. How's that camera working right
Oh, you
there?
look beautiful.
Thank you very much here.
We got half
Everything
of you,
was
half of you
working.
in there. Yeah.
Everything was working until it wasn't. You know how that stuff goes.
Well, yeah, that's the NCAA tournament. That's
Day
like,
one, baby.
you
March
tip it
Madness has arrived.
Tip it off, and you wonder, okay, what's going to happen? And you never quite know exactly how it's going to go down, and you got to adjust.
That's what I'm doing right
yeah.
now.
Well, if this
The
is
show's
any
opened up.
indication, Hawaii will get out to a
I
4-0
apologize.
lead, and then Arkansas will roll.
The show's opened up in a zone defense, and I didn't expect that. So, we're having to make some quick adjustments here on the fly. It looks like we're doing we got to get the ball in the middle of the floor, and then we'll be okay.
That's exactly right. We are ready to go. This is Bart's day, and just so you know, there's nothing like an NCAA day one for Bart Pullman. Now, some people, including Bart, would say, hey, look, the play-in games are part of the NCAA tournament, and I guarantee he watched every one of them. But it doesn't change how he is on Thursday. It reminds me of this.
Hey, it's NCAA tournament time. If you don't think you can win it, then you shouldn't be in it. Let's go to work.
Yes, Bart. That's right. Good morning, Bart. Good morning, guys. What a beautiful day. What a wonderful day. Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Best day of the year.
Did you sleep last night?
I did. Not enough, but I did.
Well,
I did sleep. I got all I needed. I got all I needed.
What's the Aura ring say today?
It's not particularly pleased with me. I just don't really care.
See,
Threw that aura ring away.
I knew that was going to be the answer. Like, oh, the heck with that.
Yeah, I don't really care
Whatever.
today.
You can't hold me back. There's
We
no
sleep
stopping
in
me
May.
now. There's no stopping them now, Chuck. How's Portland? How'd the team? All the festivities. Well, the what do we call them? They're
festivities?
not festivities, but all the things that you have to do. Give me a better word.
The ceremonials.
The preliminaries, all the things.
Yeah.
Yesterday they did that.
All the media, out there. Here you go. We had the media out there asking questions.
Hey guys, for both of you.
Name of affiliation, please.
Howard Richardson, ESPN Arkansas.
Yes, I heard that.
Who are the irony of that?
I heard that.
Who is this?
The irony
heard
of
that.
that is when you send a text message to any of the ESPN Arkansas shows, including this one, it says like it'll give your number. And a long time ago, I guess Ty wanted to know who people are. And so then he'll program your name in there so you can see like it's, Cody from Farmington. And otherwise it just has a phone number. which we're fine with. We don't care.
I could care less.
when we started doing the show, because
I mean, let's be honest.
because most of them aren't real names anyhow.
That's right.
And so we don't care. And so, we start the show a couple years ago and we're like, we're trying to, appreciate you texting, whatever. We don't need to do anything with it. And Ty will send this note that says, "Who is this?" Is what it
Like,
feels
why are you calling?
like you
All
did.
lowercase. All lowercase.
You did something wrong. And so yesterday it just
punctuation.
came back to him.
Hey, guys, for both of you.
Name of affiliation, please.
Howard,
There we go.
ESPN
Who is this?
Arkansas.
Who is this?
Hey, if you're gonna go that
Identify
far,
yourself.
if you're gonna come all the way out to Portland on the company dime, you at least got to say your name on the air, man. Everybody's got to know you're here.
Yeah.
You know?
And you got to get the company name in there.
That's
Gotta
right.
get the
That's
affiliation.
exactly right.
Bart Pullman, Chuck and Bo show. That's what we're going to hear at the Final Four.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
That's what we're looking forward to.
Can I give Ty just like half a break?
Yeah.
I pulled that because I thought it was funny. He did identify himself with the first question he asked. That was his
Of course
second
he
question.
did.
Yeah.
That was his second.
Yeah, he didn't think he had to
That's
after
right.
he'd introduced himself the first time.
Nor should you.
It's
I-
not.
I agree with that.
It's not as fun you telling us that. But
No,
I
it's not.
But I appreciate it.
I don't want to.
Thanks for running the
dog on
story.
someone for no reason. Hey, I'm trying to keep everyone here a connected front.
I love
Good
it.
vibes for the
I
Hogs.
appreciate it. I do.
But it was fun.
I would err on that side, but it's still good.
Hey, guys, for both of you.
Name of affiliation, please.
Howard, ESPN Arkansas.
Who the hell are you?
Who is this?
That guy has one job, and it's to make sure you say
That's right.
your name. And
He did that to
Right.
like 6 different
affiliation.
people.
Oh man.
That guy got a trip. That guy got a trip to the NCAA tournament just to identify media people.
That's right.
Gosh dang it! Gosh
just to
dang it,
call them
guys!
out.
How many times do I gotta tell you? If you're gonna ask a question, you gotta tell us who you are.
Probably scolded them individually after the press
Pull them
conference.
aside.
Yeah.
Meaning, listen. If your team advances, I'm gonna tell you guys, I'm not doing this again. You mess it up once, you don't even get to ask a question.
Yeah, I will not call on you if you don't do this right.
He's going to get his credential pulled.
I said home.
They sent Ty home because he wouldn't identify
He
himself.
said home. He wouldn't tell people who he was.
What does it matter?
Who is this? Well, it's just funny to us. Oh man. So yeah, we had that yesterday. We had the press conferences, and everybody's talking about, and I mean everybody's talking about Darius Akuff. We've been talking about it for 4 days now. Really a lot longer, but this entire week we've been talking about Darius Akuff, and how can you not? Mike Kaywood put out a release, the communications director for Arkansas basketball yesterday. I forget what he was even about, but at the end of it, there were all the honors that Darius Akuff has received, and it was longer than the entire release was prior to that.
It really is.
I mean,
It's
so-
incredible.
I didn't even count, but it felt like there's 30 on there.
The first unanimous first-team All-American in the history of Razorback basketball. How about that?
So what does that mean?
It means we're playing the fight song. That's what it means.
What is put that in perspective for us, Bart.
So that means that there basically now, at least, there are 4 major All-American teams, and he was a first-teamer on all of them. And to be unanimous, first team, second team, whatever, you have to be on all of them. He has now done that. It's the AP, Sporting News, Coaches Association, one other situation.
They used to call it consensus.
Writers. Well,
Yeah.
so they have separate things now.
Okay.
So you have unanimous, you have consensus.
Okay.
They've separated them.
Ah.
Because there are all these other little things now too.
There are a lot of obscure teams out there.
Right. And so
We should start one.
We should
Chuck
start
and Bo
the Chuck
All-American
and Bo
team.
All-American team. But he is unanimous. He's the first one in program history.
I mean, he just keeps doing stuff that people haven't done before.
Yeah.
Or earning honors. We're already seeing him do the things on the court. It's nice to see him honored.
It really is.
It is. And, we talked yesterday about how, the bandwagon's kind of filled up late with him. The country, everybody's talking about him now, but it hasn't been that way all year long. The advantage there is people don't have time to tear down your game. the first time you see Cam Boozer, you think, man, I've never seen a big man do things like that. By about the 15th time, it's, if you make him go left right here, he's not as good. Or, people start picking apart a player's game. You don't hear one single person about Akuff say, well, if you make him go left, you make him dribble with the left hand, you make him do this, you make him do that, he's not as effective. Nobody's been able to find a weakness yet. And so when people talk about him, it's all in glowing terms.
Hawaii is excited, according to them, to play.
I'm sure they are.
Darius Akuff, and Dre Bullock is a Hawaii player he has no fear of Darius Akuff.
That's a great challenge for us. Like you said, our coaches kind of broke it down. He's been receiving a lot of attention. He's a good player. Honestly, we're not scared of anybody. Anybody we play, we still gonna play our same Hawaii basketball. We're gonna compete to the very end of before it ended the game. But yeah, it should be a good matchup. I'm excited. I mean, everybody's excited to guard him. Got a game plan. We're just gonna stick to it, still play our game, and yeah, trust our coaches, trust our players around us to help defend, and yeah, we'll be good.
They wound up dead.
That's good.
That was good timing. I wasn't expecting that. That's nice, Edward. What are they going to throw? What are they going to throw? What are they going to throw
Well,
at
at
Darius Akuff?
what point in the game do you think they will be scared of Darius Akuff?
I don't know. This is interesting, but because when you get to this tournament, and it is really a one-game scenario. Like, anything can happen. And when you have nothing to lose, I think you embrace that. And anybody can come up with one, cockamamie idea that's just like, let's try that. And they do, and they're leaving guys open, and guys aren't knocking down shots. And, I mean, what are the Darius Akuff rules going to be today? And this is what he's going to face throughout the NCAA tournament. I know he's been facing things like this already, but I don't know, Chuck, it feels like sometimes when you get to the tournament that, well, first of all, there's nothing to hold back. There's nothing to wait till later to throw on somebody.
Well, the spotlight's brighter, that's for sure. And, even with a player like Akuff, the pressure's greater. He may not show it, but, I mean, the pressure's greater when you get in a situation like this. I'm interested to see what Hawaii does today in terms of, and I hate to say it like this, but how they pick their poison. Because if they continue to play the way they played defensively, and I would expect them to, Arkansas will beat them off the dribble all day. I mean, they'll see the back of Akuff's jersey as much as they'll see the front because he's going to be driving right around him. They don't have the quickness or athletic ability to trap. If they do, it'll be a dunk fest. So I'm anxious to see how they, what they try to do defensively. They're in a bad spot, and Arkansas is the better team. You said something a minute ago that I do think if Arkansas gets by this first round, and I expect them to, I'm not going to lie, if they play Wisconsin, say, for example, in the second round, they've got two really good guards, too. Those guys are going to be fired up to play Darius Akuff. And somebody that's a 13 or 14 seed may not have any fear and may be super excited, but he's not good enough to do anything about it. The further along you get, they may be good enough to do something about it. And so, hey, Akuff circled. Everybody knows who Darius Akuff is now, and every guard in America wants to go up against him, see how good they stand.
He's got his target square. It's his entire being, his entire aura target.
We watched Akuff when we couldn't understand why more people didn't realize how good he was. Now we're going to watch him when everybody realizes how good he is. Now I think he'll be able to handle it, just for the record. Some guys can't. I think he'll be okay.
I think he's built for it. We'll see how it goes. But one of the reasons he's built for it is because of the way he plays the game and allows the game to come to him, which is something we always talk about when we talk about sports, especially basketball. It's like, he lets the game go. He really does. He plays with feel, and that means if they're taking away the ability to score or making it really hard to score, and he can make it easier on everyone else, that's what he's going to do. And if they're giving him a chance to score, that's what he's going to do. So it'll be I'm certain it'll be fun to watch Darius Akuff yet again play this afternoon. 877-377-6963. Chuck's in Portland. He's up early to call the game tonight.
I walked the streets of Portland yesterday.
I thought you were going to say this morning.
No, I didn't this morning. I did yesterday.
Yeah, well, we'll hear about that when
I
we
got
come
my
back.
steps in.
We want to hear about Chuck's travels around Portland.
Pretty boring.
Oh, gosh, dang, that's not a good tease.
No, actually,
Yeah,
it was fun.
Sure. Well, I want to get a little bit of, some of the smells and what was the environment? What was the
Stay
atmosphere?
off the weed.
What was the atmosphere like outside? The environment. That's next on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Coffee tastes better, the tobacco tastes sweeter, and it's all because of y'all.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you've even been thinking about upgrading your ride, now's the time to check out Chevy of Fayetteville. They've got a huge selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs ready to test drive today. Right now, you can find new Chevy Colorado crew cabs for under $30,000 and unbeatable savings on Chevy Silverados and Traverses with big discounts starting at $9,000 off. Great selection, big savings, and a team that's been serving our community for over 25 years. Go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
What's your Oaklan? Is it hitting the slots for fun and high fives? Or having a round at Silk's Bar and Grill before the action? Play your way at Oaklan's 24/7 non-smoking casino. With 1,500 slot machines, live roulette, craps, and blackjack, a sports book where you can watch and wager on your favorite games, and live entertainment at Pop's Lounge, you'll never run out of fun. It's time for more winning and more excitement at Oaklan. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
There's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by Teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. All right, it's officially tax season, and your local H&R Block is ready to knock it out with you. You can just walk in or grab an appointment, and you're getting 100% accuracy in your max refund or your money back. That's real people right here in your neighborhood, helping you get it done the right way. Not just now, but year-round. H&R Block. Walk in or book an appointment today. If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand? It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Do we have a will to win? Well, come on, let's go. This is why we did what we did all year, is to get to March to be able to play like we're one of those teams.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Wardre Bullock from Hawaii.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like our experience is probably going to be our advantage. You know, Arkansas got a lot of good players, but most of them are freshmen, sophomores, a lot of young guys. Our guys are a lot of older, a lot of experience. Everybody came from different, programs and stuff like that. So I just think, most of our guys been in this situation before. If not, we're just going to use our knowledge and experience to the best of our ability and just get the job done.
Reach for comment, John Calipari.
That guy got children. I mean, they're older. They're mentally more equipped to go through this stuff. But I've started 5 freshmen one year, and we got to a Final Four, matter of fact, final game. Many times this year, we're starting 2 freshmen. We're going to play the best players, and we played some older teams, and it's harder. It's harder. They've been through the wars. There's things that they have experienced that an 18-year-old has not experienced. Part of it is the NCAA tournament, because this is different. This is one game. You play bad, you lose.
Ty Richardson, look for a follow-up.
Hey guys, for both of you.
Name of affiliation, please.
Power Richardson, ESPN Arkansas.
For
6:22. Good morning, Chuck and Bo Show. They are older. They do have kids, and the dads are playing the kids today. Chuck, well, how's it going to go?
Well, I'm going to go with the kids. I'm going to go with the youngsters. And
the young man's game.
Yeah. I like the way Ty said for both of you. For both of you. So here in a little while, I'm going to say for both of you.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good for you and Edward both, Bart.
Hawaii does. Yes, they are older. I don't think that we should lose sight of the fact that this is a team that is not going to be nearly as athletic as what we saw last week in Nashville, for example, in any of the games, not just our games, but in any of the games. So Arkansas ought to be able to do a lot of what they want to do today. Now, I'm not. I've seen crazy things happen in this tournament, but I think their older players are still, they're not as quick. They're just not going to be able to handle Arkansas's quickness. They're just not.
Yeah. The thing is, when you get to these games, like if we were just looking at this game like it's a midweek, non-conference game in November or something,
right?
We would be like, we wouldn't really be digging in like this. You just
they'd sleepwalk through the first 10 minutes, and then they turn it on, and we'd go on to the next day.
But the whole setup and the press conferences and the field being set, and everybody's got to write a story, and it's an NCAA tournament game, and you got to do a report, and it's a big game, and so you really start looking and listening to everything, and I think it creates a little bit more of a doubt or a wonder, how's Arkansas going to show up? But what can't happen is for the team to be like that, right? You just got to go play like you've been playing. And Cal's been doing this and been in the NCAA tournament for so long. Bart, you could probably pull these stats. I think that was also one of Kay Wood's releases yesterday about the matchup, and it had a bunch of stuff from Cal in the NCAA tournament. I mean, he wins over 70% of his games in the NCAA tournament, and he's coached in, 100 of them. I mean, there's a bunch of them. That might be a little much, but he's coached in as many NCAA tournament games as probably anybody active in the game today.
Well, and you look at what happened last year. Look at the way they came through last year. They peaked at the right time, and that's what being a tournament coach is all about. Now, he's the one thing that Cal does. I don't want to use the term sequester because that wouldn't be accurate. But when this team's on the road, they are his team. They travel in their bus. They do everything together. They go to his room, not with the assistant coaches, just the players, the last thing, as the day wraps up. He really has as good a feel for his team as I've seen. Cal's as much psychologist, and the good ones are. I mean, they're as much psychologist as they are X's and O's guys. I think he understands what buttons to push and when to push them. And look, let's be candid. He's had the advantage most years of having one of the 2 or 3 best players in America on his team. And when you have that, planning's a little bit easier.
Hey, I'll say this too, and people with Cal have always talked about over the years, he just recruits all these great players and they just roll the balls out. Darius Akuff isn't even close to the same player right now as he was when he got to campus.
One thing about him when you watch him work and prepare, Cal's not a screamer. He's not a guy that's a big yeller. He doesn't have to be. But that's just not his M.O., but he will make you do it again. And he'll make you do it again after that, and he'll make you do it again after that, and then a few more times after that. And there's no detail he does not notice. That is one thing I've noticed about him. He may not say it right then, or he may, but very little gets by that guy.
Another thing, Chuck, is we've both been around a lot of coaches, and you in your play-by-play role, and we don't need to get into names, but, coaches will go and they'll just sort of mumble and complain about a player, like the head coach. Well, it's be talking, I don't know what's wrong with this guy, but Cal just he doesn't seem to be like that. Like he seems to be part of his challenge is to psychologically figure out what's going on with somebody, whomever they may be on the team, and how to fix it.
The most you'll hear him say is, I told these guys they all need to look in the mirror, but he's not going to say, I told this player he's not playing well enough right now. He'll say, he'll speak generally about his team. I don't know that I've even heard him get all that specific about position groups. If you really stop and think about it, I haven't heard him really say that many times. Our bigs have got to do this, or we got to, our bigs have got to run the floor, or our guards have got to rebound. Sometimes he does, but generally speaking, he speaks in very broad terms, and he is a master at. And sometimes people think, well, these coaches are so ego-driven; they have to be. You have to be talking about them. We talk about John Calipari a lot. We don't talk so much about the specific players, and that's by design. I mean, we do, but his desire is to take a lot of that weight off them. And I think sometimes people think that, well, he's just got to have all the attention, and that's not really true. There's some strategy behind that. It's the reason why we see these Kentucky players that played for him in Lexington all pulling for the Razorbacks. Some of them even putting on Razorback garb. I mean, he's their guy, and because he's taking care of them.
How was the city of Portland when you got out in the air, the fresh air?
There's a lot of flannel. There's no question about that. It was about
That's awesome.
there's a Columbia store right down the street.
Columbia
and
store, yeah.
So Columbia Sportswear. Yeah. So it's there are some things that you look at and say, yeah, I'm in.
Did you get you some hiking boots?
I did not get any hiking boots, but I did see more than one pair as I walked around. I'm not gonna lie to you, I saw a lot of them.
Did you feel out of place? Like what you were wearing?
I won't say that I felt out of place. I wore all black, so I'd blend in, and so that's kind of the way it is here. And, a lot of dark clothes. It was a cloudy day, chance of rain, 50-50.
Did you run into any people that were high? Were there a lot of people that were
that was
high?
The thing that, they make it sound like you walk out the door and somebody hands you a joint. It's not quite that way. But I didn't.
The bellhop?
Yeah, no.
Have a good day, sir.
Wasn't anything like that.
Enjoy yourself.
There was a park down the street with food, the food court, the whole deal, but it wasn't anything, out of sorts. But I didn't get out after the sun went down, so I have no idea what it was like after that.
But it was not. But it was nice. You enjoyed it.
Yeah,
you enjoyed
nice.
Getting around. It's always nice to see the rest of the world.
I'm going to tell you, when you travel around, you realize that a lot of the things you see on TV, the world's going to hell in a handbasket, that's not really true. I mean, you can take a camera shot of a corner and make any place in America look like it's falling apart. But I thought Portland was fine, but you watch TV and it's like, oh, it's the worst place in the world. And I thought it was pretty much like any other city we go to.
The Hogs practiced at Nike yesterday. Wow. We'll get into that when we come back. I mean, that's interesting. That's not your average high school gym that you get stuck in to practice going into an NCAA tournament. At 6:31 on the Chuck and Bo Show, 70 years H&R Block's been helping people with their taxes, and they're ready to help you. If you find yourself behind, call them, make an appointment, and it's not just tax season. They can help you all year. So when you get to this time of year, you're ready to go. H&R Block's been helping people for a long time, and they want to help you. 100% accuracy and a max refund or your money back. H&R Block, 6:31, the Chuck and Bo Show. It's game day.
There we go. Here we go. Let's take some personal shots. You want to? I mean, come on. Let's take some personal shots at him.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, it's officially tax season, and your local H&R Block is ready to knock it out with you. You can just walk in or grab an appointment, and you're getting 100% accuracy in your max refund or your money back. That's real people right here in your neighborhood, helping you get it done the right way. Not just now, but year-round. H&R Block. Walk in or book an appointment today. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. And members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool with a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation. And for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. Chuck has thoughts. I want to have some coffee and let you guys roll for a while. This is going to be good.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That's the interesting part to me. Of course, I'm an old man now, but that's the interesting part to me in watching Darius is how you said a minute ago, this is happening before our eyes. It's happening to him. I mean, he's the one going through it, and he's not even 20 years old yet. So what that must be like for him. And I think he's handling it well, and I think he'll continue to because he's not a guy that's going to let it go to his head.
It's amazing how he's handling it. And just to watch it play out when you're talking to him. And he's realizing it, but not in a way that like, oh, I've made it or I'm awesome. And I actually asked him about how do you deal with all this attention because you're not really the kind of guy that seeks it. And then with that comes all the expectations, like you got to do it again and you got to get better and you got to keep going. And here's what he said.
Just knowing, what's ahead. Like I said, our season's not even over, so I still got a lot of more things. Like as far as team, like it's time to win as a team now. It's not about, not that it ever was, but it's more about team now. It's the tournament, so you got to avoid that stuff. And expectations. I don't really do deal with that a lot. Like I just go out and try to play my game. Like I always say, everything will come with itself as long as you play your game and perform and you win. Like winning come with a lot. So I feel like that everything. When you win a lot, it'll solve all the problems for sure.
He knows he's good. He knows he's good. By the same token, he also knows that with that comes responsibility to his teammates. And his responsibility is to help make them better. When he does that, they win, like what he's talking about. He's a team guy. There's not much me to this kid, and that's the impressive part. Look, we've had great players here before. Some of them were on the all-me team. They were me guys. He's not that guy. And that's what I think will ultimately make him, when it's all said and done, there's not going to be any question about, who the greatest of all time was.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
You know, Oaklan and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklan Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oakland Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oakland is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oakland.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Get up. You got to get up. You got to go. You're going to feel worse if you don't. Feel better now.
I don't know about
Hate
that.
it later.
You might feel better staying in bed.
You will. You will.
That's an embellishment. You might feel better staying in bed.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
All right, today's Bart's Day, and as usual, Chuck and I are handicapping or hijacking. We're handicapping
Let's
Bart.
turn it over to
and
Bart.
We're hijacking Bart's moment in the Chevy of Fayetteville situation.
Would you guys
room.
shut up and let me talk?
It's my day to talk, man. Y'all
Merry
don't know.
Christmas,
Y'all
everybody.
don't know Jack Diddley about this. Not
What,
Bo Diddley, Jack Diddley.
Where do you want to go? You want to talk about
Well,
Arkansas's matchup? You want to talk about the
I'd like to-
NCAA tournament?
we
the
came
bracket?
to you.
What are we
and
going to
you
be talking
came back
about
to
beyond?
us.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I just said we came to you and you came
That's
back
right.
to us
That's
about what
right.
we wanted to talk about. Go ahead,
What
Chuck.
What are we going to be talking about when the day's over, aside from the Razorbacks? What's the moment
that's-
today that you think we're going to be talking about?
There's going to be an upset in the morning, early afternoon slate.
yeah.
Well, what I mean is there's going to be a substantial. Like
upset.
there's going to be a team that is seeded 11th or lower winning a game this morning. I would guess
Do you have
that would
one
be
circled?
I would guess that would be South Florida over Louisville. Would be my guess. Louisville's without their star player. That news coming out yesterday. But I'm telling you guys, watch out for High Point. Watch out for High Point.
You're not sold on Wisconsin, are you?
I think Wisconsin does one thing really well, and they do it really well. But that's the type of thing that gets you beat this time of year. They really shoot it well from 3, but so does High Point. This game's going to be up and down, a lot of points, high-scoring game. That type of thing can go either way. And for Wisconsin, if they're not making shots, they're going to get beat because they don't have another way to beat you. They rely so heavily on shooting and making threes, and when they don't win. When they do, they do. So South Florida, High Point, a couple of the higher seeds that I have circled today. You look at the rest of the day. I don't know that we'll see VCU. I like VCU to beat North Carolina. I think that's a bad matchup for North Carolina. They're down their best player. VCU just a 2.5 point underdog in that game. So keep an eye out there. Keep an eye out for Texas too. Texas playing BYU after winning a first 4 game. I think Texas is a very live underdog in that situation as well. BYU, they've got a great player in DeBansa, but that's all they have. They don't have anybody else right now due to some injuries. So those are some things I'm looking at, and then just how the SEC kind of does as a whole today, right? Last year, when we got to the NCAA tournament, we had a record number of teams from the league in. And obviously, Florida won the national title. Auburn made it to the Final Four. Arkansas made it to the Sweet 16. Tennessee as well. Outside of that, there wasn't a whole lot of noise. Like the SEC got hammered on the first 2 days of the tournament. Will it be better this time around?
Well, you mean like outside of those 4 or 5 teams?
Well, I just mean like a lot of teams lost in the first round last year.
I think Georgia's going to have their hands full tonight with St. Louis.
I do too. Obviously, Kentucky's going to lose to Santa Clara tomorrow morning, but that's tomorrow morning. We'll save that.
Now, are you saying that just because they're Kentucky, or are you saying that because you think they're?
Well, I'm saying it for both reasons.
So you really do think they're going to?
I've picked Santa Clara in my bracket. I will give that away.
Whoa.
I did pick Santa
Goodbye.
Clara.
They're leaving.
What do you mean you're going to give
leaving.
that?
They're mass exodus.
They're heading for the exits.
it's
Can you
awesome.
believe it?
Goodbye.
Can you believe it?
Yeah. We don't get to hear the rest of that enough.
Goodbye.
Yeah, that's good. Are you going to not unveil your entire bracket today?
Well, I mean,
You act like you're going to hold on to
we
some
get
stuff.
off. We get off the air at 9, which leaves another hour and 15 minutes before 2 hours.
So
and
you've
15
filled
minutes.
out your paper bracket and you haven't inputted it yet.
No, it's been inputted.
He's
It's been
saying he
uploaded.
doesn't want people in the contest to copy his picks. Is what he's saying.
Wow, that's so narcissistic. of you.
People are going to be running
So
to copy.
No,
the
I
picks.
mean, what do you want to know? What do you want to know?
Well, I
They're
mean,
going to
we'll-
game. They're
we'll
going to
get
game
there.
the system to try and.
How far do you? Let's get right to it. How far do you have Arkansas going?
The second weekend.
So they're not going to the Final Four in your
They're
bracket.
not going to the Final Four, Bart?
I do not have that picked as of right now.
So it's important for you to be right. You want to be right.
No,
when
it's
all
important.
said and
It's
done.
important for me to beat everybody in the bracket.
Okay, all right, fair
That's the
enough.
important part.
Fair enough. He's a competitor.
I think there's a fine chance that Arkansas will be in Indianapolis.
Would you be upset if they
But
went
I think-
and your
but-
bracket was wrong?
I would be.
What if it ruins
I
your
couldn't
bracket?
live with myself.
Would you be upset if Arkansas ruined your bracket?
No.
Okay, just
Heavens
making sure.
no.
Oh well, heavens.
Heavens.
Heavens to Betsy.
Just making sure. By the way, can we before we forget? Edward pointed something out a day or two ago. Auburn made a graphic and they posted on their official basketball account. What was it, Edward?
They put out a graphic of Stephen Pearl, and in great big font behind him it said 18 wins, and then in little font it said the most ever by a first-year Auburn head coach. Why do you put that out? Why do you?
Now, was
post
that real?
Yes,
Was that real?
Very real. It's from
Auburn
the
account.
It was
official Auburn
official.
men's basketball account.
Wow.
Let me pull it up.
real.
And the caption is just "Congrats, coach!" Clapping emoji. 2 million views from the official Auburn account.
18 and hitting 18.
Nepotism, baby.
Man, that's
18
just-
wins. It's got like his signature on
I
there.
just couldn't believe that when I saw that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
are you kidding
I
me?
was surprised by
Yeah,
that.
that's really something. The basketball team, we'll get back to Bart in a second. The basketball team practiced at Nike. That's pretty cool.
You know, Cal's got a long-standing relationship with Nike. I mean, way back, and they were they were one of the original college programs that went with the swoosh, and so Cal, Cal knows his way around over there, and they know him. They, if you noticed, one of the first things Cal said on Sunday night when he was talking about, are we staying in America? To play the game. He did say, I like Portland. There's a reason he likes Portland, and it's because of that relationship with Nike over the years.
Yeah, but can you imagine like one of the players on the team, like you probably don't know. I mean, he tells you at some point, but that's got to be just a fun experience for the players.
Yes, and something they'll remember the rest of their lives.
You don't just go practice at some random gym. You get to go to Nike, and so now it's game day. And I was thinking yesterday, I don't know how much practice they've actually gotten, Chuck. It's like
Well, now
quick
they
turn.
when they got here Wednesday, what's today? Thursday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
When they got here Tuesday, I mean they went and practiced for 2 hours. Right after they got here. I mean, it was literally throw your bags in your room. We're going to the gym. And they practiced for 2 hours. And yesterday, after they went to the Moda Center, they had the press conference and the open practice. That's when they went over to Nike. And I don't think it was just like to have a look around. I didn't go with them yesterday, but my understanding is it was a 2-hour practice. So now look, I don't think at this time of year you're running through a lot of, you're not challenging these guys physically necessarily. A lot of it is walkthrough at this point, but at this point, you know what you've got, obviously, but they're well prepared for Hawaii, I'm sure.
We're brought to you in part by First Security Bank. Bart, with more gems from the NCAA tournament coming up, you can bank better every day at First Security. They'll be rooting on the Hogs today. They're all in on the Razorbacks and all in on Arkansas, helping local communities bank better every day. More convenient locations only in Arkansas. FSbank.com is where you find them online. First Security Bank, member FDIC.
Just so you know, and we've talked about this from day one on the show, nobody's safe in here.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
At First Security, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal. When you walk in, call, or click, you're working with people who live here, know the community, and understand what you're trying to accomplish. Whether it's managing day-to-day spending or planning for something bigger, it's real support from real people who care enough to listen. Discover what better banking feels like. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
People were so excited about just our showing up when we said we're going to show up, calling them back. When we gave them a price, the price didn't change throughout the job. The price was what the price was. And so that experience that I've got in the years that I've been in customer service has taught me that if you could just keep your word, people will keep coming back.
It's what Clay Maxey and the people of Teamwork Roofing and Construction are all about. Learn more at teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork.
When it comes to sports and work, we all understand preparation, performance, and recovery. And that's exactly how the Sweat No Edge works. I'm in the program myself. I've told you about it before. It's designed for men who want to stay competitive as they age, with hormone therapy for low testosterone, peptide therapy, metabolic testing, in-body scans, weight loss, and so much more. If you want to feel like you once did, get the free consultation. Log on to sweatnomcosmetic.com or just search the Sweat No Edge. This is not interesting. It's just interesting to us.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Paschal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Paschal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show On Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts. You know, I did remind myself yesterday, nobody held a gun to your head and made you do this.
That's good self.
I had a little self-talk yesterday.
I didn't know you had those.
They're generally brief. Yeah, we don't get too deep, but every once in a while they do happen.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Nick Pringle's questionable for the game tonight. We'll get into that coming up. How much of an impact? How much will he play? We've got a shorter segment here, and we want to take some calls, but we'll hit that at 7 o'clock. Billy in Fayetteville. Billy, good morning. You're on the Chuck and Bo Show.
Good morning. Good morning. How we doing, guys?
Hey, Billy.
Hey, I just want to touch base. Big Fish from Hawaii. I heard you guys this morning. He was talking about they're older and everything else, and Arkansas's got young ones, right?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, but here's the funny thing: Arkansas's hungry. Look at what the teams have already done. They're hungry. Today's game alone, yeah, they're going to do it.
Yeah, I would side with you. I think Arkansas wins the game today.
One thing about Hawaii, they don't play a lot of ranked teams. I mean, they've played since they last won an NCAA tournament game, which was in 2016. They've only played 5 ranked teams. I mean, this is out of the norm for them. They're going to see a level of athleticism and ability. I mean, I was looking at their schedule. Maybe their best game was at Oregon in their season opener. They lost 60-59. Now, I'm sure they would say they had some bigger games than that. But in terms of, what we would consider to be the Power 4, Power 5 type teams, that's probably the best game they played. They finished second in their league, but, I mean, they're playing Cal Poly and Cal Irvine and Fullerton, and I'm not saying those aren't good teams, good programs, but they're going to see a level of competition today that they've not seen at all this year.
Yeah.
That guy got children.
And they are older, though. They have families.
They are older. Yeah, they have families.
King of the Breakfast Fund, David and Searcy. David, thank you again for the breakfast money this week. Bart has used it wisely, and we have eaten well. Thank you.
Well, you're very welcome. I just had to call this morning because there's been very few times in my life that I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning already nervous about a basketball game. And I've had to kind of check myself and say, what in the world? I mean, I think it may be because we just had a great season, witnessed a great season. We witnessed great performances by great players, and I don't want it to end, maybe. I don't know. But I could go to the refrigerator and get 12 ounces of tranquilizers, but those days are over with raising small children. And so I'm considering driving over on the bad part of town and trying to find a street vendor peddling some herbs and spices. I don't know exactly how much to get. The way I understand it, 2.1 pounds is too much.
Just sit in the anxiety. You're going to be okay.
I'll have to I'll have to ask someone, about quantities or anything, but just let me tell you, I'll calm down eventually, I hope.
Pascal Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopascal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Pascal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
With Arkansas baseball, softball, and basketball seasons in full swing, there's no better place to catch all the action than Walk-On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, you won't miss a single play. Enjoy mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like po' boys and gumbo, plus the best burgers, craft beers, and cocktails that keep fans coming back. It's incredible food and a game day atmosphere like none other. With 5 locations across Arkansas, it's Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorback. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, 2 of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye, and you will be too.
Interviews, highlights, behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. Varsity Vibe is your go-to for high school athletics in Arkansas. Learn the stories of coaches and players in our Varsity Vibe podcast. See the biggest plays and the best performances highlighted on our social media platforms. And if newsletters are more your style, we've got that too. High school sports at your fingertips. Varsity Vibe, elevating the game.
Yeah, see, this is what the Chuck and Bo Show is.
Some
You
moments
just
call
show up and
for
have
more
coffee.
than just a win.
The Chuck
They
and Bo
call
Show.
for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
So I think it was Saturday. I went to go get something for lunch, right? And I went to a local establishment that has a drive-thru. I wanted a cheese, right?
Is it a fast food place, or they just have a to-go lane?
No, I mean it's a drive-thru.
It's a drive-thru, and you went to get a cheeseburger.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right.
All right.
And I pull into the drive-thru. I order my food. They ask for a name for the order, and I gave them my name.
Mark. They called you Mark.
No. the guy said, "How's your pops Homer doing?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh man, I haven't heard that one before." So, like, I was like, "Well, we're off to a rip-roaring start here."
Did you say clever or something like that?
Yeah, I said, "That's funny." Get to the window, and the total was like $14.94 or something like that. Almost $15, not quite 15.
What all did you have in this order?
It was a burger and fries.
That was it?
That was it. I hand the guy a $20 bill, and he takes the $20 bill and is fixing change or like, putting it in the cash register, whatever. And he turns to me and is like, "Do you want your change or would you like to leave it as a tip?"
Yeah.
And your response was?
$5 and something at
What'd
the
you say?
drive-thru. Right?
What'd you say?
I said, "Well, I want my change."
Did you say it like that?
I said,
I think you probably did, Chuck.
I was like, I'd like my change, yes, please. And so the guy hands me back his change, or hands me back my change, and then sticks a tip jar out the window. And I'm like,
He wanted his tip.
What is going on here? I'm at the drive-thru. This is inappropriate.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
If you're looking for one of these shows that just sort of eases into it in the morning, you're not quite awake for this. I mean, you might just start picking us up around 6:30 because we just dive right in.
I've been up a while.
I'm not sure I'm ready for it. I'm talking to the person listening right now that their alarm goes off with the Chuck and Bo Show.
Yeah.
By the way, that's half of America. I don't know if you've seen the ratings. That's half of America.
Astronomical.
It's Chuck and Bo, Fox News, and then whatever else.
And it's close at the top. Don't kid yourself.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night. Love y'all to death, Jeff.
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm at my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, "What's heard on the Chuck and Bo Show?"
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
But watch Saturday and Sunday because you have a chance you're going to see Wisconsin and Arkansas playing the round of 32, the 4-5. Yeah. And Vandy and Nebraska. Vandy and Arkansas are 5s, and both of them could win their regions. They are hot. Obviously with Arkansas, they have, to me, the 2 best players are our guy Cam Booser and Akuff from Arkansas. And John Calipari's done a great job with this team. And the Vandy team is hell.
Coach K, even talking about Darius Akuff. He has Arkansas seed line wrong, but
yeah, that's that wrong, but that's okay.
Yeah,
he's Coach K.
He's Coach K. And Chuck's in Portland. We're here in the studio. I'm going to be here for another 30 minutes, and then Chuck's He's going to do a little dance from Portland with Bart. If he gets to talk, I'm going to be listening, and I'm going to see if Chuck gets to talk as much as Bart does, because this is Bart's day, and it's taking both of us. It's like defending Akuff. It's taking both of us to defend him off.
We've had a boxing one on Bart ever since the show started.
And we keep switching. And we keep switching. You get him for a little while. I get him for a little while.
We're baffling him at this point. Yeah. But he's going to figure it out here in a little bit.
He's raring to go. Okay, some news, Chuck. Nick Pringle listed as questionable on the injury report. What are we expecting today?
Well, I'm not sure on that. It's a day game, and so there's not as much time for treatment and such as there is for a night game. But I got to be honest with you. I don't. I'd be very surprised if he doesn't play.
Yeah.
I would be very, very surprised. Now, look, Nick's not playing an abundance of minutes anyway. Generally, and lots of teams do this, and Arkansas does it too. I mean, he starts. Some of his playing time is dependent upon defensive matchups, but I'm not minimizing his loss if he doesn't play. But I would expect him to be out there.
I think you need him to play some minutes, and I think they're going to need him, throughout. In fact, if they lost anybody at this point, it's not great.
Well, that's the biggest thing right now is that look, if this was a guy, and again, it's hard to compare positions, but if this was someone that, say, averaged 34, 35 minutes per game, and, beyond what he was scoring and what he was rebounding, just the fact that he gave you 34, 35 minutes a game, that'd be a different deal. But Nick's not been that guy that's eaten up a lot of those minutes. But now, again, if he doesn't play, somebody else has got to play all those minutes, and that's when it becomes an issue. But I also say this, when I say, I would be surprised if he doesn't play. Let me give a caveat to that. I'll be surprised if he doesn't play while we're here. And I don't know how much thinking about the second round would go into the decisions you make in the first round. I just don't know. But I'll be surprised if he's not part of it.
Jesse from Springdale wonders if Isaiah Sealy from Springdale will get to play if we don't see Pringle, and I think the situation will dictate that.
Yeah, I think so too. Pringle's 6'10" and a body down low, and Sealy's more of a swing guy. But in terms of minutes and bodies, yeah, there may be a time, hopefully it doesn't happen, but yeah, there's a possibility, certainly, that he could play. He did not play in Nashville. I don't think that, just to be honest, I don't see him playing for a long stretch, regardless of the situation. But I could, if Nick doesn't play, I could see Sealy playing a little bit.
Yeah, I would expect him to play, but he's listed as questionable for a reason.
He's not listed as doubtful. And you're in the NCAA tournament. And, again, I think you've got to look at the big picture here. You want to get out of the weekend. If you lose the first weekend, it really doesn't matter if you lose first or second round. You're still going home. So, your goal is to get out of here. And if you feel like, you're better off holding him back, then that's what they'll do. But, again, questionable is just that, questionable.
So it could be that we see Malik Ewan start. And what does that end up looking like? He's been coming off the bench mostly. And look, again, we talk about this Hawaii game because it's the first round of the NCAA tournament. We would never break down a non-conference matchup like we are today because it's the first round of the NCAA tournament. There's nothing that makes me think, and I know anything can happen, and everybody should realize that. And the thing, one of the things about Darius Akuff, though, that, and Bart, you kind of alluded to this, he supersedes statistics that can go against you because of his ability to take over a game. I mean, he can score 9 points in 40 seconds, and the game has completely changed. Or he can lead you on a 12-0 run, and the game has completely changed. If Arkansas comes out slow or they're not hitting shots or whatever, it's just so incredible to have a guy like that, that you feel like's there to take care of business in a bad moment, to kind of get you righted. And that affects the whole team. And that's the difference. We talk about how great his game is and all that, but there's just not a lot of teams that have a guy like that. I don't know if anybody's as good as he is in the country, but there are teams that, they have somebody like that, but not like this. I mean, it's just a different thing, and I think it's the reason. I think, Chuck, people are waking up this morning with more excitement than they can remember in years. And I'm not just, and that includes this entire season. Like, it's NCAA tournament time. You think you got the best player in the country. And by the way, we totally forget, at least I do. Malik Thomas averages 15 points a game. This guy on most teams would be a star. And maybe he is a star, but because of Akuff, he just doesn't really even get talked about that much nationally.
One thing to watch for today with Akuff and Thomas are the assist totals. Because I happen to think that the story of the game today is going to be turnovers. Arkansas turns teams over, and Hawaii's pretty generous at giving the ball away. Arkansas is 5th in the country in assist-to-turnover ratio. Hawaii's 295th. Arkansas turns it over 9 times a game, 10th best in the country. Hawaii turns it over 13.5 times a game, 329th. in the country. So, Akuff may have 8 points and 13 assists if they're turning them over and scoring in transition, or it might be that way for Thomas. But you're right. Both those guys are complete players. Thomas would be if you put him on a different team, for example, and he was averaging, he might average 25 points a game. He might be first-team All-America. He's got that kind of talent. But this is Darius Akuff's team. And the thing that makes Malik Thomas so great, I know he's been the focal point of attention on every team he's played on since he was probably a child. He seems totally comfortable with the fact that Akuff's the one they're talking about. I don't sense any resentment, jealousy there at all.
It's fun to watch Wagner and Thomas both as guards know how to play with Akuff, but also not defer to him to the point where they won't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Like when they've got it, when they have the ball, they treat it like they have the ball. And they don't just look to be bailed out by Akuff. You'll see sometimes when you're watching a team with a great guard like Akuff, teams will just continue to defer. This team just plays within the offense around him, which has been, I think, the stride they've hit over the last 10, 12 games where they've won, 11 of their last 13, 12 of their last, or 10 of their last 12. This team's playing really well. And when you start talking about turnovers, this thing could get ugly. You get the length of Arkansas and passing lanes like Trevin Brazil, just ball hawking. And what you hope to see is a bunch of transition dunks.
I think that will give us a sign of, how this game's going to go. And I think that, there's a chance that we could see that early on. You were talking about Wagner there and Thomas. The one thing about this team is, like, when the shot clock hits 3 or 4, they're not consciously trying to get the ball to Akuff. None of these guys are afraid to be the one to shoot the ball as the shot clock's winding down. None of them would be afraid to shoot the shot at the buzzer. Now, look, there are times in the half court where they'll get a little bit out of sync, and the shot clock's down to about 11 or 12, 10. Well, you better get the ball to Akuff. You better have a dribble handoff out at the top. You better get him the ball. But it's not as though when a big moment arrives is, well, I'm scared. We got to get the ball to Darius. I don't want to be the one that shoots the shot and misses. They're the one that wants to shoot the shot and make it. They want to be the hero, and that's a good attitude to have. There's a fearlessness to this team. There's not one single guy. Even on some of the great teams you watch, there's one guy out there, man. When he gets the ball, it's like, man, get rid of it, or he's looking to get rid of it. More accurately. Even with Pringle, who's not a big scorer, Pringle's not panicking when he gets the ball. It's like, oh, my God, I got to get rid of it. It's not like that at all, and that serves him well.
Looking forward to it. I wish you could tip off in like 30 minutes.
Me too.
I'm ready to go. I know Bart's ready to go. Bart's going to be – there's going to be –
Are we going to unveil the bracket? Are we just going to unveil the bracket?
We got to get people in the bracket contest, by the way.
I know he does.
ChuckandBoShow.com. If you want to sign up and try to beat Bart. By the way, Chuck, Bart's entire family has signed up to try and beat him.
Well, I wouldn't say the entire family, but
there's a lot of them.
There are a lot of Pullmans. There are a lot of Pullmans.
Somebody went in there and signed up as Bart's dad. We believe it's actually Bart's dad, but it may be somebody playing a game with Bart psychologically.
So if we unveil the bracket, there's a competitive advantage to be gained for some. Is that what you're?
What do you want to know? I'll tell you what you want to know.
We just want to know. Go ahead.
I want a Jay Billis game by game, man.
Oh, you can start that at 7:30.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Chuck's going to go downstairs, get some coffee.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave at 7:30.
No,
and you're
that's not true. We're talking about, you got big games.
It's the NCAA tournament.
Come on.
What are we talking about here?
I want to talk about this game. I want to talk about our game.
Well, hold on. It's...
Hey, it's NCAA tournament time. If you don't think you can win it, then you shouldn't be in it. Let's go to work.
All right, Bart, talk about our game.
Arkansas is going to dunk the ball a lot today. A lot. The Razorbacks lead the country in dunks. I don't know if you're aware of that stat. lead the country.
I actually was not aware of that.
This is going to look like Dunk City today because of how much Hawaii turns the ball over. And
what if they don't?
Well, they're going to. Since February 1st, they're 301st nationally in turnovers. Just since the start of February, 301st nationally. They give the ball away.
Chuck said they were generous with it.
And that's putting it mildly. Against top 100 competition this year. Now it's only been 3 games, so small sample size. But they turn it over on nearly a quarter of their possessions.
That guy got children.
And they're clearly more concerned with that. Which,
That guy got children.
As they should be. Look,
everybody likes to call it up. Family on 3.
Yeah. Literally.
They got 3 families.
Yeah, literally.
They really do.
Look,
that guy got children.
They have at least 3 families on that team. They have 3 players with families.
Hawaii's in trouble. I see this as a
Charles Bediako should have went there.
Not that it won't be close at some point.
Nobody
not that
would
Hawaii
care.
might get off to a hot start. Look. It's the NCAA tournament. Anything can and will happen. But this is as bad a mismatch in terms of what one team what the better team does well versus what the lesser talented team does poorly as you could possibly have.
A lesser team.
Well, I mean,
I like that.
They are. They just are. Now, look, Arkansas's got to show up. They got to play. You cannot afford to take a night off in March. Like you cannot do that. It will get you beat. We've seen it time and time again. But if Arkansas shows up and plays their game, there are going to be a lot of lobs. There are going to be a lot of dunks. There are going to be a lot of fast break points. And Arkansas is going to win the game handily.
They wound up dead.
There you go. There it is. Said it like you meant it. That says today's as big a day, Chuck, as Bart's going to have. The opening day of the NCAA tournament. He won't have a day this big until April 17th when we go to the Big Creek Country Club and he goes for 90, under 90 again. Big Creek Country Club.
That's going to be a day of triumph.
It is April 17th. We could go to the Big Creek Country Club today and everybody wanted to have all your picks and they want to know what you think about the bracket. We couldn't do it today because you would not be prepared to play golf.
No. Golf
is
is the furthest thing from my mind today.
Yeah, I know, but it's on my mind. April 17th, we'll be doing the show there. Fill out the Chuck and Bo bracket right now. By the way, go to chuckandboshow.com. Type your email in. You'll get an email with the bracket. Fill out the bracket, and can you beat Bart? A $150 gift card to walk-ons.
Here it is.
Check.
This is it.
Check
right here.
all your inboxes if you don't see it in your primary inbox.
Yeah, go to your spam folder.
It was
whatever.
in my spam folder.
Your junk folder.
If you sign up, you didn't see it. Check everywhere.
And make sure you do. Like, we want you to be a part of this contest. I mean, this is for life. This is bragging rights for life with Bart. And even if you don't win and you beat Bart, you can still tell people that, even if you didn't get first place. But, hey, I do want to tell you, Big Creek Country Club right now, the 18th and the 19th, the day after Bart's big day, they have the Big Chief going on. It's a 3-man scramble. It's an incredibly fun event, 2-day event. On Saturday and Sunday, the 18th and 19th. You can go to Big Creek, look at their website and sign up there. You can just call the pro shop. And also right now, if you love golf and you're looking for a membership, they don't have an initiation fee until April. So no initiation fee at Big Creek until April 1st. If you're an out-of-town member, there's no initiation fee. But if you're in town and you want a membership, no initiation between now and April 1st. In Northwest Arkansas, there's nothing but waiting lists and big initiation fees. So Big Creek Country Club is one of the top golf courses in the state. Go to Big Creek Country Club's website or just give the pro shop a call and get in there today. 7:19, the Chuck and Bo Show continues in a moment. It's NCAA Tournament Game Day. I don't even know now. I don't even know what I was about to say.
I mean, we were talking about...
It was profound.
What were we talking about?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutoPart.com. That's FayettevilleAutoPart.com. We talk a lot about Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because our experience has been great. And Bo, you're going through it again right now.
For the second time. My son's a first-time home buyer. Him and his wife got a beautiful home. And for me, I just turned it over to them. They gave me a few things to sign, and it took all the work off my plate. And I just sit back and watch it happen.
That's what happens when you deal with a trained real estate professional. And that's what they are at Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can log on to WeicherGriffin.com. At First Security, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal. When you walk in, call or click, you're working with people who live here, know the community, and understand what you're trying to accomplish. Whether it's managing day-to-day spending or planning for something bigger, it's real support from real people who care enough to listen. Discover what better banking feels like. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC.
Fine jewelry is about more than just a beautiful piece. It's about the experience of finding it. As the official jeweler of the Arkansas Razorbacks, Blakeman's has been Northwest Arkansas's trusted destination for exceptional jewelry, providing our community with over 35 years of personalized service, world-class diamonds, and crafted custom pieces. Discover the difference of a true luxury experience at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry in Rogers. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry, where Arkansas gets engaged.
He's Chuck Barrett. He's Bo Mattingly.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. All right, it's officially tax season, and your local H&R Block is ready to knock it out with you. You can just walk in or grab an appointment, and you're getting 100% accuracy in your max refund or your money back. That's real people right here in your neighborhood, helping you get it done the right way. Not just now, but year-round. H&R Block. Walk in or book an appointment today.
When I fill it out, it's so much bigger.
If you haven't tried a flight by Yingling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yingling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yingling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand? It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
About to blow y'all mind with this one. I would actually take Darius Akuff Jr. with the #1 pick. He is a bona fide killer.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Chuck's in Portland. I'm in studio for a few more minutes. I'm leaving early today, and so Chuck's going to try to keep Bart in some sort of boxing one defense or something the rest of the show.
Good luck,
because he's got.
No, we're going to turn him loose. Turn him loose in the second half.
We're going to get rid of the problem.
No,
it's
all
true.
right, Bart, you're free now.
Yeah, you can go now. Bo's left the building. Bart, we got a question from Jesse in Springdale.
Okay.
So I already entered, and this is probably a lot of people. I've already entered multiple brackets on ESPN.com. So now that I signed up for the Beat Bart, does that just enter my first bracket because that's the one I like, and it's the one that's going to take Bart out?
There's a lot of problems in that.
Does he have to fill out another bracket?
No, you should be able to select which bracket
of the ones he filled out.
Enter.
So once you put your email in, chuckandbowshow.com, it's going to send you an email. Then you're going to click on that, and you can go pick. If you've already filled out a bracket, you can pick and put that one in the contest.
You should be able to do that.
It's on it's run through ESPN.
It is run through ESPN. Okay. But only one bracket is allowed. That is a very hard and fast rule. We allow one bracket.
I would venture to say that you should only be making one bracket.
Well, I haven't even made one.
I think you should put it on pen and paper and stand on it.
I haven't even made
Why
one.
would you make multiple brackets?
I don't have time. Like I don't.
If
I
someone
just don't
would
get
print
the
me out
appeal.
one and
I don't
bring
get
it
the
to me.
appeal of making
one
multiple
bracket.
brackets. One bracket.
One bracket.
That's the rule.
To rule them all.
And you have yours
And
done.
stand on it.
Yours is finished.
It is.
What will you share about your bracket?
I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Well, let's go. Why don't you tell us the things you think we should know?
Well, how about just some surprising things, perhaps, that I think
Give me an
might
upset.
happen.
Give me an upset, Bart.
Florida will not make it past the Sweet 16.
Wow, that's a bold
How
statement.
about that?
Do they know?
Well, no, I'm sure they're not aware.
Are they aware of that?
I'm sure they're not aware.
Who's going to put them out? Who do you have putting them out?
Vanderbilt.
Wow.
Again.
Vandy.
Again.
No way.
Again.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
A rematch?
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to put
It's a bad matchup.
That's the problem?
It's a bad matchup for Florida, I think.
Okay.
Hey, what's the
Vandy's
stat
playing
you were telling me about defending champions yesterday? That's
Defending
important.
champions is like since 2007, last 19 years, only one defending champions made it past the Sweet 16. So
That was UConn.
Yeah, and that was UConn when they went back to back. So look, I'm a guy who plays by history and the numbers in this thing because, they matter. Like that's the way it
Does
happens.
history matter in the transfer portal era?
I think
as
I
much
think
as it did
does.
before.
I think it still does.
Okay.
I think it still
All right.
does.
Well,
we'll see. We'll see. I have UConn making an early exit.
It's not going to make Dan early.
Well,
I was just thinking,
what kind
of meltdown are we going to see on that?
Well, it's going to be Mick Cronin and UCLA who put
Oh,
them out.
mercy sakes. That might be a fight.
What a matchup that's
Wow,
going to be.
that is
Just
sick. I
watch
can't
the
wait.
sidelines.
Yes,
the game's secondary.
The amount of coaching cutaways that we see on television in that
Yeah.
game. Heart rate's high.
I feel like Cal and
let's
Patino
see.
last year.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was awesome.
How about Alabama? How about Alabama?
How about Alabama?
How about Alabama going down in the first round to Hofstra?
Why couldn't they have been in Portland?
You think that's got a chance to happen?
Yeah, he does.
They wouldn't
It's
let
right
it-
there.
He picked it.
Really?
Right there.
I've got that.
You've
one.
You
got,
got him going
Hofstra
down
in
in the
8.
first round. See, this
You've
is
got
where your
Hofstra in
emotions
8.
might have gotten the best of you.
This is where I think it's just a really bad matchup for Alabama. And without Aiden Holloway, who else is going to score besides Phylon?
Well, who else? I mean,
Afro
Phylon-
Man.
They're not in Portland.
Afro Man was going to go to work, and then I got high. I was just sorry.
I understood. I
It
understood
was,
the reference.
it was
I
childish.
chuckled.
It was childish.
I chuckled.
but it was there.
I
And
chuckled.
I just
Bart picked it up right away. I mean, Bart and Bo are on the
Stay
same wavelength, man. They played, they've been teammates so long. They just know one another's moves.
he handed me the ball, and I took a shot.
That's right. That's right.
What did you want me to do with it?
It's a forced
Give it
three,
back
right?
to you?
Mattingly had to force that shot right there.
The shot clock was running down.
That's right, but he wasn't afraid to take
I
it.
wasn't afraid.
He wasn't afraid to take it.
No matter how many kids they have on that Hawaii team of kids.
I do have 3-11 seeds.
That guy got
winning.
children.
3-11 seeds winning. 11 seeds, the past decade or so, 11 seeds actually have a winning record against 6 seeds in the tournament. By, I think, like 2 games. I think it's 31-29 record, something like that.
I need to punch up my bracket.
So
I know. Did you fill one out?
No.
No.
I haven't gotten around to that
I got to
yet.
try to get one done between. I mean, it's probably not going to happen.
I will reveal this. The team I picked to win the national championship, and it feels disgusting, and I don't like it for a variety of reasons.
Oh, I know who you're going with.
Michigan.
Oh, it's not who I expected.
Who'd you expect?
I expected you to say Duke.
Duke.
I thought he was going to say Duke. You got Michigan winning it all. Huh?
I think Michigan will be your national. I think the world of Dusty May as a coach. I think that roster's just absolutely loaded. They have guys who make plays when it matters, and I think in a couple weeks Michigan will be cutting down the nets.
Let's not.
And that's
not.
really gross.
They're better than
y'all
Arizona.
Y'all know I do not
Yeah.
like Michigan.
What about Arizona? Where you have them going to the Final Four?
I do have them going to the Final Four.
That's a shame. That's a shame on you.
Well,
Arkansas, Arizona, Sweet 16.
Based on 20 years of research, there are only 3 teams that can win the national title.
I want you to, if Arkansas makes it to San Jose next weekend, I want you to go and I want you to look at the team. I want you to get in front of the team and I want you to be
Well,
as serious
guys, you're
as you
losing.
can be. And I want you to say to them, I picked Arizona.
The data says
I'm not going to
Prove
do that.
Prove me wrong.
I'm not going to do that.
Even I picked Arizona. The whole
Yeah, that's
world
not-
thinks you're going to lose. Even
that's-
I picked Arizona.
that's not gonna
That's the speech. That Cal won't even have to talk to the team. Thank you for doing that. Actually, thank you.
Edward's just going to throw it up there on social media. The whole world's going to see
That's
it.
right.
That's right.
That's
Players
right.
are going to watch it in their
Even
rooms. They're
Bart.
going to be
talking about it. Yeah.
Even Bart.
This is
It
like
is
this is like
criminal for
gambling.
you to do
cannot
that.
gamble with your
Criminal.
heart. You cannot gamble
No,
with
it's
your
not,
heart.
Bart. Listen. This is sports. You've gotten it all confused. You've turned it into your own damn business. You
It's
can't.
not about.
It's
It's
not-
not about being right, man.
It's a. God dang! If you've lost your heart, you've lost
I
everything.
told you yesterday on this very program that it would not surprise me if Arkansas won the whole
I know,
damn
and
thing.
somewhere between yesterday and now, you lost your way.
No, I haven't lost.
You've lost
my
your
way.
heart. You've lost your North Star. You've lost.
I haven't lost
the
anything.
thing that makes you you, and you've turned into a businessman who's all
I'm
about
guilty. I'm
winning
guilty.
and money.
I make my share of mistakes.
Greed.
Pride.
Just greed.
Greed.
I will not.
I
will not stand for this.
I will
I
stop
reject your
short
argument.
of saying I'm disgusted, and I'll just say I'm disappointed.
I reject. I reject this accusation.
By the way, I got to say this before I get out of here. We got to take a break. I wanted to say hi to Peyton Brown and Garrett Brown, sophomores at Shiloh Christian, who I ran into yesterday, and they're fans of the Chuck and Bo Show. And they really like Chuck.
Thank you for listening.
They really like Chuck. Yeah, I just wanted to say hi.
Thank you.
And they asked me a lot of questions about you, Chuck, and I told them half truths.
Good. Good.
7:32. Good morning.
Don't run it for 'em.
Derek, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
How about them hogs, gentlemen?
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today. I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark, and members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool and a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee, and for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home.
Chuck, you've been around a while, and look, I don't mean that ugly, and Bo, you've been around not as long as Chuck.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
That's the interesting part to me. Of course, I'm an old man now, but that's the interesting part to me in watching Darius is how you said a minute ago, this is happening before our eyes. It's happening to him. I mean, he's the one going through it, and he's not even 20 years old yet. So what that must be like for him. And I think he's handling it well, and I think he'll continue to because he's not a guy that's going to let it go to his head.
It's amazing how he's handling it. And just to watch it play out when you're talking to him. And he's realizing it, but not in a way that like, oh, I've made it or I'm awesome. And I actually asked him about how do you deal with all this attention because you're not really the kind of guy that seeks it. And then with that comes all the expectations, like you got to do it again and you got to get better and you got to keep going. And here's what he said.
Just knowing, what's ahead. Like I said, our season's not even over, so I still got a lot of more things. Like as far as team, like it's time to win as a team now. It's not about, Not that it ever was, but it's more about team now. It's the tournament, so you gotta avoid that stuff. And expectations. I don't really do deal with that a lot. Like I just go out and try to play my game. Like I always say, everything will come with itself as long as you play your game and perform and you win. Like winning come with a lot. So I feel like that everything. When you win a lot, it'll solve all the problems for sure.
He knows he's good. He knows he's good. By the same token, he also knows that with that comes responsibility to his teammates. And his responsibility is to help make them better. When he does that, they win, like what he's talking about. He's a team guy. There's not much me to this kid, and that's the impressive part. Look, we've had great players here before. Some of them were on the all-me team. They were me guys. He's not that guy. And that's what I think will ultimately make him, when it's all said and done, there's not going to be any question about who the greatest of all time was.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment, backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
Oaklan and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklan Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oakland Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals, all through America's best sports betting app. Oakland is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oakland.com.
The Chuck and Bo Show on demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Catch up on all 3 hours with the podcast version on Spotify and Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Anybody that watches, it's killing people that he's this good. Darius Akuff is a beast. You can say he's a good player. He is a beast.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Bo's giving the keys to Bart, Edward, and me for the rest of the show.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
Buckle up, baby. Bart, I was just noticing that I know you're big on these 11-6 matchups. We got 3 of them today.
Mm-hmm.
Got 3 of them today. Have you picked the 11 seed in all of them?
In all the ones today, South Florida, yes. VCU, yes. Texas, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And look, all those teams. South Florida's a 4.5-point dog. VCU and Texas each only 2.5-point dogs. And when you're looking for value, money line value in the NCAA tournament, you're looking for those seed lines separated by about 5 that have those really small point spreads. Those are where your upsets happen.
See, we were talking about this before Bo left. When I hear you talking about, value and money line and spread, when we fell in love with the NCAA tournament, Bart, it wasn't because of value and money lines and spreads and all the things that everybody talks about. Now, what's happened to us?
Yeah.
Let me rephrase that. What's happened to you? Let me rephrase that.
Well, a lot of things, Chuck. A lot of things.
Let me rephrase it. Where did it change? Where did it change from just the the childhood joy of just watching an upset, just watching.
Oh, there's still
pulling
there's
for
still
the
plenty of
underdog,
that.
even if you don't have money on them.
There's still plenty of that, and I won't have money on all of these games today. Probably most of them, but not all of them. But there's going to be tremendous joy in watching High Point take Wisconsin to the wire. Like there's just going to be joy.
You think that's going to happen?
I do think that's going to happen. Yeah.
You've said that a lot this week. You've been all over that.
I think just.
And when it happens, I expect you to take full credit for it tomorrow. I mean, really, I do.
Hey, I think there are going to be some great games today. I think Ohio State TCU right off the jump.
That's a great first game.
It really is. Nebraska and Troy. Could that be? I've got Ohio State.
I've got Ohio State.
Ohio State's been playing very well as of lately. Troy and Nebraska is Nebraska real? Like, are they for real? I should say Nebraska, very much a real state, I guess. I've been there. But are they for real in terms of being a team? They've never won an NCAA tournament game, ever, in the history of their basketball program. Does that change today against 13th seeded Troy? Or can the Sun Belt champs pull the upset? South Florida and Louisville, we've talked about. I don't foresee a situation in which any of these 16 seeds are giving the 1 seeds trouble. I mean, look, you never know. I just don't foresee that happening. I don't really even see it happening on the 2 seed line. Maybe there's a 14 seed that can give a 3 seed a run for its money, but I kind of think, I feel like the top seeds this year are all pretty safe. Now, that said, when Queen's University of Charlotte beats Purdue or something like that.
Yeah. Well, you don't like Purdue.
Well,
I worry you're picking with your heart a little bit, Bart. I really do.
Look, I have Purdue making it to the Elite Eight, okay?
Okay. Well, I'm surprised by that.
I am too.
You're starting to reveal quite a bit. You're starting to reveal quite a bit about your bracket.
Yeah, I know. I knew this.
It sounded chalky though when you got to the Final Four, though. Would that be right? Is it kind of chalky there?
It is. But I do have Florida losing early. I have UConn losing early.
What's the problem with Florida? What's your thought there?
I don't trust their guards.
Yeah.
I don't trust their
You
guards.
don't trust Boogie.
I don't. And in March, you win and lose games with guard play. Who is controlling the game when it matters, who's making the plays when it matters, and on the flip side, who's not making the plays, who's turning the ball over, who's giving the ball away, who's taking bad shots. Arkansas is I think, the best team in the country, number one in the country in turnover rate. They do not give the ball away very easily. That's a big deal this time of year. And so when I look at Florida, Chuck, I see a team that's kind of struggled with up and down guard play all year. And I think that'll get them beat. It would not shock me. It would surprise me, but it would not shock me if Iowa were to beat them in the second round.
Well, now, how far is the SEC going? I mean, let's what do we got? I mean, there's 2 of the Final Four last year. You got everybody getting beat.
I think there are two hopes for the SEC to make the Final Four this year. As I'm looking over my bracket, I think there are 2 teams that really have a chance to make it to the Final Four, and those 2 teams are Vanderbilt and Arkansas.
Yeah. Well, that's what Coach K said. I mean, that's what Coach K said. He said Vanderbilt and Arkansas
he's the
could
best
make a
to
run.
do it for a reason.
Of course, he thought Arkansas was a 5 seed too.
Yeah, well,
so
he didn't have the bracket in front of him.
Well, I mean, still though, I mean, he's Coach K. I mean, he's supposed to know all that.
I think Arkansas and Vanderbilt are the league's best chances to make the Final Four this year, that's not surprising. They're both playing really well. Arkansas, something we haven't really touched on. Arkansas is technically on its longest winning streak of the season right now.
Yeah.
The Razorbacks have won 5 in a row. Now, part of that's due to where some of these games have fallen on the schedule and some of the tough non-conference matchups. But yeah, the Razorbacks on their longest winning streak of the year at the right time.
All right. When we come back, we've got some calls. We'll open the phones, 877-377-6963. Do the Hogs make it out of Portland? Do they get out of here alive and move on to San Jose next week? I almost said San Diego, but San Jose next week. Can they beat Hawaii today? Can they beat either Wisconsin or High Point on Saturday? What about Miami of Ohio? We're going to talk about that too. So stay with us. It's 7:45. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
I'll tell you what I read, and you guys know I read things normal people don't read. I go to the depths for this show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Oaklan is your hot springs escape. Enjoy plush comfort, upscale dining, and Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa at our luxury hotel. With easy access to Hot Springs National Park and sparkling lakes, Oaklan is your home base for everything the region has to offer. Come stay, play, and get away at Oaklan, a Forbes Travel Guide recommended hotel. Make your reservation at oaklan.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Customer service is a buzzword. People just throw it out there. What is it to you?
Showing up when you say you're going to show up, returning phone calls, providing the service that you promised to provide. Because, I mean, if we're all asking to get paid for what we're doing, we need to do what we're getting paid for. And do it with a good attitude and being responsible, not only responsible to show up, but responsible to the relationship.
A relationship you can count on from Clay Maxey and the folks at Teamwork Roofing and Construction. TeamworkBuilt.com. Built on quality, powered by teamwork.
Flight by Yingling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. PG Yingling and Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
If you've even been thinking about upgrading your ride, now's the time to check out Chevy of Fayetteville. They've got a huge selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs ready to test drive today. Right now, you can find new Chevy Colorado crew cabs for under $30,000 and unbeatable savings on Chevy Silverados and Traverses with big discounts starting at $9,000 off. Great selection, big savings, and a team that's been serving our community for over 25 years. Go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville.
With Arkansas baseball, softball, and basketball seasons in full swing, there's no better place to catch all the action than Walk-On Sports Bistro. With more than 60 TVs at every location, you won't miss a single play. Enjoy mouth-watering Louisiana favorites like Po' Boys and Gumbo, plus the best burgers, draft beers, and cocktails that keep fans coming back. It's incredible food and a game day atmosphere like none other. With 5 locations across Arkansas, it's Walk-On Sports Bistro. We live for this.
International soccer is coming to Razorback Stadium this spring. As the United States prepares to host the 2026 World Cup, the home of Razorback football is set to host its first international soccer match when Liga MX rivals Club America and Club Tigres face off in the Golden Clash on Saturday, March 28th. Tickets for this world-class soccer matchup will be available for just $35. Secure your seat for this can't-miss event at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
I want to see you and Bart in the old 3-legged race.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. Let me just...
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Haskell Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Pascal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopascal.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Pascal is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acura, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show On Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Arthur is in Vermont. Hogs play tonight. Arthur, good morning.
Good morning. I'm owning the day, but I can't really say I'm happy about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
877-377-6963. Let's go to Cave Springs. Bobby is on the line. Bobby, you're on the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. I've said as Arkansas came down the stretch, and I still believe it, some team is going to have some really lucky breaks go their way to keep Arkansas from playing in San Jose. Conversely, Arkansas's then going to have some lucky breaks go their way to go beyond San Jose. I think we're a Sweet 16 team, and I think that's where we'll end up. But that's not why I called. I think.
Where are you, Bobby?
I am on the road.
Okay.
I'm on the road driving. I think Matt Zimmerman is a state treasure. I love listening to you and Matt. I do notice there's somebody sitting between you, and I think that's because to keep Chuck from reaching over and smacking him in the back of the head when he says, this guy's not going to make any free throws. He's 66%. And this is a good foul because he's tired. He's not going to make them. Thanks, Z. You've now guaranteed that he's going to nail both of these free throws. Thanks, Z. But listening to him Friday when he was doing the analyst for the other teams, and it wasn't the Razorback, he was really good. And, that was because he really studies those teams. He really knows those players, and he could talk really intelligently about them quickly about what they do good and what they can't do. He was really good. That was fun to listen to. But he did 3 games last Friday.
Oh, I know he did.
And could have done another probably. But I'll tell you, if I had the tape of that 8 or 9 minutes of you and Z during the blood cleanup up at Missouri when they kept finding more blood.
There was a lot of blood, evidently.
And it looks like the Center for Disease Control out there on the floor. But then when they blew the whistle again because they found some more blood, the line you said, "Here comes the disinfectant." My wife wanted to know what was wrong because I was laughing so hard. That was great. That was fun to listen to. I had the tape of that. I've listened to it every day. That was fun.
Well, I'm glad it gives you a good laugh. It was a funny moment. It was a funny moment.
It was endlessly entertaining. Thanks, guys. See y'all later.
All right, Bobby. Thank you. Yeah, Z did like 4 games. What happens when you go to the conference tournament? They Learfield, which is our parent company, has the SEC Network channel on XM, and so they will air every game. And what they do is they bring 2 or 3 of their guys from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, to Nashville, and they're the play-by-play guys. and then they pluck up, the color analysts from the SEC teams. And, they send out an email, and Z's always the first one to answer. Because once he found out they paid, he's lobbying for every game. He wants to do he did 2 games before our game on Friday. 2 games. I said, make sure you got a little something left in the tank. He's crazy. All right, we got more coming up. 8 o'clock hour straight ahead. Stay with us. Chuck and Bo Show. Coming up, more of it coming up in just a few moments. I lost track of the music.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com. There's simply not a better shopping experience than Macadoodles. Looking for the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits? Macadoodles or Guess Who in Bentonville has you covered. With an unbeatable selection, amazing prices, and service that's unbeatable, they've got everything you need. Whether you're stocking up for a party, updating your bar, or just grabbing your favorites, Roger and the team are always there to help. Make the smart choice. Macadoodles, just north of Bella Vista at the state line, and Guess Who in Bentonville. Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Interviews, highlights, behind-the-scenes access, and so much more. Varsity Vibe is your go-to for high school athletics in Arkansas. Learn the stories of coaches and players in our Varsity Vibe podcast. See the biggest plays and the best performances highlighted on our social media platforms. And if newsletters are more your style, we've got that too. High school sports at your fingertips. Varsity Vibe, elevating the game.
Donuts, Red Bull, and lottery tickets. How could you want anything
Courtesy
more?
of the Chuck and Bo Show.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Some moments call for more than just a win. They call for unforgettable. At Blakeman's, you're not just buying a diamond. You're creating an experience that starts the moment you walk through the door. Their newly remodeled space is absolutely stunning, and Cafe B has a personal touch you won't find anywhere else. Their in-house diamond expert makes it easy to find the perfect piece for any occasion, and that purple bag, still undefeated when it comes to saving the day. Blakeman's Fine Jewelry. It's more than jewelry. It's your story.
Buying or selling a home's a big deal, and you want someone who is with you every step of the way. That's why those of us at the Chuck and Bo Show wholeheartedly recommend Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, because we've experienced it. They've been my partners for life. They're Bo's partner now, and I promise you, when you become involved with Weicker Realtors, the Griffin Company, they'll become your partners for life too. They've been turning houses into homes since 1978, and you can always log on and check out their selection at WeicherGriffin.com.
At First Security Bank, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal because everyone's financial journey looks a little different. From managing day-to-day spending, to running a small business, to helping your kids learn more smart money habits, or taking that big step toward buying a home. At First Security, you get the services you expect, the technology you need, and the real support of local people who live here, know the community, and take the time to understand what you're trying to accomplish. Life moves fast, and having a bank that moves with you makes a difference. Whether you prefer stopping by a branch, banking on the app, or picking up the phone to talk with someone who actually knows your name, First Security is there. They offer smart tools like mobile banking, bill pay, and mobile check deposit, along with thoughtful solutions like flex banking for kids, checking built for small businesses, and local mortgage lenders who guide you through the home buying process. Choose the power of personal. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Previously heard on the Chuck and Bo Show.
I heard someone say the other day that, the model in professional sports is like basically for every dollar you bring in, when you break it all down, you get through all the expenses, every dollar you bring in, the players are going to get between 45 and 50% of that dollar. All right? In college, it's more like about 25 to 30%. The difference is the size of the staffs. And I'm not talking about the coaching staffs. I'm talking about go to a professional operation. I'm not talking about like the Dallas Cowboys. I'm talking about your average professional sports operation. Front office wise, the people you don't see, it's pretty lean and mean. I mean, it really is. There are two people, there's one person doing two people's jobs in some of these organizations. Not all of them, but some of them. In college sports, just the people working in the building, the numbers just dwarf the people that work for professional sports organizations. And all those people have to be paid. And so there is much more of a financial burden on a college athletic department. But when you hear stories like that, like you were talking about, the average Arkansan will never set foot on a private plane. The average Arkansan, when they,
average American,
when they go to Smashburger, it's not $600 and it's not being DoorDash. I think sometimes people don't understand when they do these things how it plays. They don't understand how it looks. Maybe, life is, you don't think about that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But every time a story like that comes out, people do notice. I mean, they may not say anything, but they do notice.
It did remind me, the $600 DoorDash of Smashburger did remind me of several teenage girls in a Starbucks order. I mean,
it's just nuts.
I'm just telling you. Careful, dads.
Never miss a moment of the show thanks to the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
Previously heard on Chuck and Bo.
How awesome is it that Cal took the Arkansas job and we're getting to experience this stuff? Where were they going to go?
Well,
and what were they going to do?
And sometimes as fans, we get all caught up in, well, what have they not done? We get caught up in, well, they've not done this, they've not done that. Yeah, but, making us feel like we're better fans or smarter fans. Let's just enjoy this.
Enjoy the heck out of it.
Let's just enjoy what we're watching because it is pretty special.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
I would resist the urge to drink this morning.
Stop. I'm done.
You said a lot of good things there.
Well, I don't know if I said one good thing.
I met a guy last night, love y'all to death,
You mind if I share?
I'm looking forward to it.
The show of record for Razorback fans.
I'm in my Sunday school, and first thing he says when we hop in the car, he says, let's turn on the Chuck and Bo Show.
It's too early for this kind of conversation. I'm still half asleep.
Here are your hosts, Chuck Barrett and Bo Mattingly.
8:02. The countdown is on. We are barely, and I mean barely, 3 hours away from the opening tip of the most important part of the NCAA tournament. The round of 64. Bart is giddy with excitement. He woke up giddy. What time did you get up this morning, Bart?
Oh, about the same time. But
you had an extra bounce in your step.
I did, and I was like, man, I feel great. And then I checked my sleep score and my readiness score, and they weren't particularly great. And I said, you know what? I think that's wrong. I feel great. Let's go. Let's ride.
I think you need to put the ring aside today. I mean, you might even take it off.
Yeah. I'm not worried about it today. I don't care.
You've been here before. Been here before. You don't need a ring to guide you through. You know what to do on the first day of the NCAA tournament.
That's right. I'm ready to roll right now.
I'm looking for an upset today. I'm looking for something that's going to shock the world.
You want like a world shocker?
Yeah, I want to shock the world. I want something out of your bracket that's going to shock the world. That's what I want.
Well, I've given you some 11 seeds.
Yeah, but that's not.
I mean,
I
do think High Point can beat Wisconsin. Like, would that?
That's not the same as saying High Point's going to beat Wisconsin.
Well, I've got High Point in Penn on my bracket. They're going to win the game.
Okay, Edward, come in there.
High Point and Hofstra, right?
I do have Hofstra on my bracket beating Alabama, but that game's tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big. Tomorrow counts, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, tomorrow counts.
I have
Hofstra it's all first round.
written in pen. It's on my bracket. It says Hofstra right there. beating Alabama.
Now, I know you don't like Nate Oates. In fact, anybody within earshot knows that you don't like Nate Oates. And those who are not within earshot maybe have heard. Bart does not like Nate Oates.
I think people are well
I
aware.
worry, though, that you're picking with your heart right here.
I just think it's a bad matchup for Alabama. I think the things that Alabama struggles with are the things that Hofstra does really well.
Like what?
Like gosh, put me on the spot. I haven't looked at the scouting report in days. I know that Hofstra is a team.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
it's okay. I've got my notes here.
I told you we were still gonna press you.
I've got my notes here. I've got my notes here. No, I pulled them up.
All right, go.
Hofstra, really good team at defending the interior. Now, Alabama likes to shoot a lot of threes, but Hofstra's not going to give you anything on the inside. So if Alabama's shooting and making threes, they're going to have a pretty good chance to win the game. If they're not, Hofstra's going to make life really difficult on them. Beyond that, Hofstra's one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. They're one of the best offensive rebounding teams in the country. That is the big thing. Alabama is a bad rebounding team. Hofstra is a quite good rebounding team.
Bad.
And that is what I think those second chance points, they matter in these games. Second chance kick out threes, bang. Hofstra beats Alabama.
There is going to be somebody today and or tomorrow that, America, all of us, we look at it and say there's no way that team can win that game. There's no way they can. And yet they do. Somehow they do. Guys that have done things well for the favored team all year long suddenly can't do them. And pressure does change things in the NCAA tournament. One of the things, you don't see it so much in the early rounds, which I think is good. But, the further you get, the more apt you are. By the time you get to the Final Four, you're playing in a football stadium. Shooting backgrounds change. And now, the early round games and even into the regionals for the most part, you're playing in, facilities that are designed for basketball. But shooting percentages for a lot of reasons just seem to go down. But you were talking a little bit earlier, though. When this thing starts on Thursday morning, lots of times the first couple of games are like duds.
Yeah.
There's duds. And TCU and Ohio State right out of the gate, that's a pretty good game today.
Yeah, I honestly think it's a great opening slate. Like the first two windows might be better than the evening windows today. You've got the TCU Ohio State matchup, Troy, Nebraska, Louisville, South Florida, Wisconsin, High Point. That's as good an opening group of games as you could hope for. And then, the second wave, Duke and Siena's not going to be a competitive game, I wouldn't think. But Vandy, McNeese, Michigan State, North Dakota State, obviously Arkansas and Hawaii. Like it's a good group of games to get things started. And man, I can't wait. I can't wait.
Let's we were in fact as the hour was beginning here, Bo was talking about Cal. Bo's gone for the rest of the day. I'm in Portland, the land of flannel. Bart's in the studio. Edward's in the studio. We're carrying on. The Razorbacks play this afternoon at 3:25. That's basically what you need to know. But Bo was talking about Cal, and I was looking at some of these things that you guys were citing this in the first hour. One of the things about Calipari is, he's so good in front of the microphone that we kind of get almost mesmerized by what he's saying. And I still don't know, even in year two, if we've really stepped back and really closely looked at some of the numbers and realized exactly how good he has been and why he is a Hall of Famer. Now, we watched, if you're old enough to remember, we watched Nolan Richardson. We knew why he was a Hall of Famer. And if you were a fan, you could cite chapter and verse all the reasons why he deserved to be in the Hall of Fame. Now, Cal becomes our coach. He's such a larger-than-life personality. We're so caught up in that. We like saying, hey, our coach is a Hall of Famer. But these numbers are what I'm driving at here. You know, in March and April, if you get to the Final Four, you play in April. But the bulk of the postseason is in March. This is Cal's record over the course of his entire career. UMass, Memphis, Kentucky, and now Arkansas. 182 wins and 63 losses. Now, first off, that's a lot of games. That's a lot of postseason games, and a lot of those are postseason games. 182 wins, 63 losses, a winning percentage of 74%. Now, he doesn't need me to toot his horn. You know, people have been doing that from coast to coast for years. But you look at that and you realize when he says things like, we're built for this. How many times do you think John Calipari over the course of his career, and he likes to tell us, I've been doing this a long time, how many times do you think he's gone into the locker room and said, guys, we're built for this? You know, the truth is he's built for this. Now, his teams, as a result, are built for this as well. But this is Cal's time of year. And he is the ace in the hole. And he is the trump card. And all the things that you have to have this time of year. Oh, and by the way, he has arguably the best player in the country on his team. That's why guys like Mike Krzyzewski, in his conversation with, I guess, Pat McAfee, said Arkansas is one of those teams that can make a run. In fact, Edward, can we play that back again? I want you to listen, not to just that part, but hear what he says about Boozer and Akuff. And I thought it was pretty interesting and pretty telling.
But watch Saturday and Sunday, because you have a chance you're going to see Wisconsin and Arkansas playing the round of 32, the 4-5. Yeah. And Vandy and Nebraska. Vandy and Arkansas are fives, and both of them could win their regions. You know, they are hot. You know, obviously with Arkansas, they have, to me, the two best players are our guy Cam Boozer and Akuff from Arkansas. And John Calipari's done a great job with his team.
You know, he's got to say our guy Cam Boozer. I mean, he's like, you know, he's Duke basketball. I mean, what would happen if Coach K were to say, I mean, I love our guy, but let's face it, Akuff's better. I mean,
wouldn't go over well.
He can't say that. So, right. but for him to say, our guy and Darius Akuff are the two best players in the country. I mean, he knows. I mean, this is Coach K. I mean, he knows. And that comment right there, to me anyway, is as high a praise as maybe even some of the teams that he's been named to.
Well, and that's like that's what matters, right, Chuck, is when you have a player as good as Darius Akuff Jr., it can make all the difference this time of year. Not just some of the difference, but all the difference. A lot of teams don't have a guy like that. As I looked through the bracket, right, and looked through these teams, as I was filling it out, I was like, do these teams have a guy who can make it happen when it matters most? And the answer for a lot of them is no. The answer for a majority of them, most of them, is no. But Arkansas has one of those guys, and that's why, you know, I have that Cal stat in my back pocket about his teams and their success in March. I don't care. I don't care about that stat this year because none of those teams that Cal coached had Darius Akuff Jr. Not a single one of them. And that makes all the difference in the world. And like I said yesterday, it would not surprise me at all. It would not shock me. It would not surprise me if we wake up in a couple of weeks and we're doing the show live from Indianapolis, Indiana. Would not shock me at all because Arkansas has Darius Akuff and the other teams don't.
Who you got winning it all? People have the opportunity still to beat Bart in our bracket challenge, but who you got?
Go to chuckandbowshow.com. Still time to sign up for that. I do have Michigan winning the national title in my bracket. I just think they are as complete a team as there is in college basketball this year. I think Duke is plenty good. I think the Foster injury is going to basically be the thing that prevents them from winning the title. I just think Michigan, man, they're good.
I got to be honest with you. I've not watched them a lot this year. I've been kind of so immersed in our league. I just really haven't watched them that much.
They are as good as advertised. 31-3 on the year. They did lose to Wisconsin. They lost to Duke, and then they lost to Purdue in the Big Ten championship game. But they just have so many good players. Yaxel Lindenborg is a great college basketball player. They've got great guard play, guys who you can trust, guys who have been there. It's a little bit of an older team. They don't really play a lot of freshmen. In fact, I think they just have one in their rotation. But they're an experienced team that has really great players, great ball handlers, and a great coach. Dusty May. I think the world of Dusty May. I think he's a fantastic coach, and so I'm going against my heart a little bit there because I do not like the University of Michigan at all.
Yeah.
And
have you got any locks? Have you got anything today that's like a sure thing? I mean, you can like take it to the bank because Bart, people look to you for advice at times like these. I mean, they do.
We can do some of that.
Well, no, I'm not saying we got to do a whole segment on it. I'm just saying if you got something out there today or tomorrow that you look at and you say, here's something that you can take to the bank for my people.
Yeah.
For my people.
Ohio
Here's
State
something you
minus
can take to the
2.5 in
bank.
the opener.
Okay.
Ohio State
Now we're
minus
getting
2.5 in the opener. This is a team in Ohio State that over the last, couple of weeks, really maybe even since the start of February. There we go. I needed that.
Yeah, you need that.
Got to have the music.
Wake up, Bart.
I'm here. I'm ready to go.
No, he's awake.
I'm ready
he's
to
awake.
go. Over the last 3 weeks or so, Ohio State has been playing like the 5th or 6th best team in the country. They are on fire right now. And I will say this.
Go Buckeyes.
I will say that. So Ohio State 2.5-point favorite against TCU today in the opening game of the tournament. I like the Buckeyes there.
That'll get you off to a good start.
It would not surprise me.
Okay.
It would not surprise me if Ohio State knocks off Duke. It
Whoa.
would not surprise me.
Wow.
It would not surprise me.
All right.
I think some of the chaos in this tournament, this year's tournament, isn't necessarily going to happen today and tomorrow. I think it's going to happen Saturday, Sunday, and then maybe even beyond.
Huh.
I think is where we might see some of the real crazy stuff.
Bar, you see things others don't see. I mean, you do. You do. That's what makes you Bard.
Yeah,
all right, 877-377-6963. Quick break, 8:18. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Do you worry about what any of this is doing to our reputation?
There are times, yes. I do think about it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
With Oaklan Sports, the action never stops and the season is never over. It's now easier than ever to wager on your favorite sports all year long. Go from football to basketball to baseball to golf. Bet on what you want, when you want, with the brand you trust. Oaklan Sports even offers ways to bet on cricket, rugby, table tennis, and more. If it's a sport, chances are you can wager on it. Plus, it's now simpler to deposit and withdraw money from your account. Bet all year long with Oaklan Sports, Arkansas's best sports betting app. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
At First Security, banking isn't one size fits all. It's personal. When you walk in, call, or click, you're working with people who live here, know the community, and understand what you're trying to accomplish. Whether it's managing day-to-day spending or planning for something bigger, it's real support from real people who care enough to listen. Discover what better banking feels like. Bank better at First Security. Member FDIC. Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorback. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know. McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal. Two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eyes. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye. And you will be too.
I love a day or weekend at Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. The golf, the people, the hospitality, and the events they host always hit the mark. And members enjoy it all. State-of-the-art practice facilities, food, beverages, a big pool, and a snack and beverage bar, tennis and pickleball courts, and they can even book you an exclusive fly fishing trip. There's no initiation fee. And for out-of-towners, a membership is only $185 a month. It's Big Creek Country Club in Mountain Home. It's home away from home. Hey, I'm sorry if this makes too much sense. I am more than happy to hear where I'm off on this.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Cutting corners is generally a bad idea. And when it comes to roofing, it's real bad. That's why Teamwork Roofing and Construction uses only the best materials, like Malarkey shingles, which perform better, protect longer, and are more sustainable. Residential or commercial. Got a complicated job? They've got the certified crews ready to deliver on time and on budget. You need a roof that's built on quality and powered by teamwork. Teamwork Roofing and Construction. Log on to teamworkbuilt.com and get a quote today. That's teamworkbuilt.com. All right, it's officially tax season, and your local H&R Block is ready to knock it out with you. You can just walk in or grab an appointment, and you're getting 100% accuracy in your max refund or your money back. That's real people right here in your neighborhood, helping you get it done the right way. Not just now, but year-round. H&R Block. Walk in or book an appointment today. If you haven't tried a flight by Yuengling, you're missing out on the great taste of Yuengling that is a light beer. It's the next generation of light beer. Get it on draft, in the can, the new skinny cans, and now the new 16-ounce resealable twist-off aluminum bottle. Perfect for any occasion. It's just 95 calories, and you're still enjoying a Yuengling. Take your beer game to new heights with Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer.
High school sports in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley have never had a bigger stage. I'm Melissa Orange, host of the Varsity Vibe podcast, and every week we'll be bringing you the stories, highlights, and moments that matter most to our communities. Don't miss a beat. Subscribe to our newsletter, check out the Varsity Vibe podcast, and follow us on social media for the latest scores and spotlight features. Get it all at varsityvibearkansas.com.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand? It's driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to podcasts. By the way, good morning. We just kind of jumped in, and we're coffee deep. And hey, everybody,
Morning, Bart.
welcome in.
Edward.
Hope I smell the bacon cooking. It's going to be a good day.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
8:23. Less than 3 hours away now from the start of the NCAA basketball tournament, the official start. I know we could debate about whether or not the play-in games are really part of it, but the official part, the part that's worth watching, begins today. Although I will say, Miami of Ohio did win last night. I'm going to be honest with you. I was long gone by the time the game ended last night. But I don't know if Bruce Pearl was still up. I don't know if Bruce Pearl was still up watching the game. This was Miami's coach when it was over.
Just a second, Chuck.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You're good.
I'm sorry. Never mind. He was excited, though. He was saying, we deserve to be here. We deserve to be part of this tournament. And, give him credit.
He's right. He's right, right? Like, that was the whole thing, is that people were questioning whether or not Miami should have been in the field. I always thought they should have. I mean, if you win 30 games, you win 30 games. That's really hard to do. I don't care what schedule you're playing. It's really hard to win 30 games. And if you hit that mark, you should be in the NCAA tournament. And they proved it. They proved it.
Hogs play at 3:25 today. And TBS will have the television today. It'll be Brad Nessler on the call.
Love that.
And Wally Zerbiak will be his analyst. You remember when Wally Zerbiak played?
Oh, yeah. did he not play for Miami, Ohio?
I think he did. Yeah,
right?
he
What
did play
didn't
for
he,
Miami.
Didn't he go on a run
no, he
with
did.
Miami? Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's exactly right. He's actually on the Knicks broadcasts. He does a lot of stuff with the Knicks on MSG, but he's going to be the color analyst for the game today, 3:25. Me and Z will be on the air at 2:45 today. What's the line on this, Bart?
On our game, it's 15.5. The Hogs favored by 15.5. It's one of the larger spreads among games in this kind of seed range, right? The 3, 4, 5 seeds. To put it in perspective, Wisconsin's a 10.5 point favorite against High Point. Nebraska is a 13.5 point favorite against Troy today. So, kind of what you would expect if you're into advanced analytics and that sort of thing. They all have this pegged at around
and who's not?
Anywhere from a 17 to 19 point game in that ballpark. So it's a good number. It's a good number to get action on both sides, so to speak.
Here's what you need to know about Hawaii. They're tall. They are going to be taller than some of the teams Arkansas has played. I think 5 of their rotation guys, 5 of the guys that are among the 8 that play. I'm looking at it right now. They're 6'6", 6'8", 7, 6'9", a 7-footer, 6'8", 6'10". They're not as athletic as Arkansas. They turn the ball over a lot, and when they've not won, they're 24-8, which is good record. They went 14-6 in the Big West. They finish a game back of Cal Irvine, and then they beat Cal Irvine in the championship game of the Big West Conference Tournament. They're good defensively, okay offensively. They like to get out and run when they can, but they only average 79 points a game. Not that that's a terrible average, but Arkansas is much better than that. They give up about 69 a game, which was second in the Big West, top 65 in the NCAA. In terms of points given up. They don't play a lot of ranked teams. This is, in fact, I think they're 0-5 over the last 10 years against ranked teams. So they just don't play a lot of them. Their best wins this year have come over, like, for example, Cal Davis, Manhattan, Cal State Fullerton. They beat Cal State Fullerton again in the conference tournament, beat Cal Irvine, the Anteaters. Beat them again in the conference tournament, too.
You just wanted to say Anteaters.
I did. I did, as a matter of fact. They moved to the Mountain West this next season. I didn't know that. In fact, I didn't really know anything at all about Hawaii basketball until the matchup was announced, really until I started filling stuff out last night, if you want to know the honest truth. But they're an interesting program. Their coach has been there a while. He's in his 11th year, and he's got a lot of players out of Utah. They've evidently got some kind of connection there in Utah. Their best player is a guy named Hunter Erickson. He's a transfer from Utah who also played at BYU. That's about as Utah as it gets right there. They got another guy from St. George, Utah. He's a transfer from Snow College, which is also out there. Their 7-footer is from Utah, and he transferred from Utah State. So there's definitely, that's the big fish. So they've definitely got a Utah influence. They're not going to be nearly as quick as Arkansas. If the Razorbacks turn them over, and I think they will, this thing could get out of hand. Having said that, I've thought more than once this week, we're all too confident. That's when that's when you start. That's when everybody started. Should start getting scared. And I'm not talking about the team. I'm not talking about the coach. I'm talking about us. As fans in this room, we're just kind of. I think all Razorback fans are like this. Even Coach K a minute ago, he said there's going to be a great second-round matchup. High Point might have something to say about that. I don't know. Hawaii might too, but. When you look at what's happened this year and you look at who they've played, how they've played, their style of play, all signs point toward a big Arkansas win. And moving ahead to Saturday, and probably, at least according to the odds makers, playing Wisconsin. That is a game a lot of people are talking about because, Bart, I guess Wisconsin's got this great backcourt too. And, everyone's talking about that matchup. And the one reality in all the things that we've gotten to this point is that with Darius Akuff being recognized as one of the best players in the country now by everybody, maybe the best, certainly known from coast to coast now, every player he plays is going to be able to tell their grandkids one day, I played against Darius Akuff, and this is what I did. So they're going to be excited about playing for him is what I'm driving at.
Yeah, and look, I mean, if you want to look ahead, I do think the High Point Wisconsin game is going to be a good game. I really do. I believe that. I think that, it's a matchup of guards and guard play and who's going to make the most plays over the course of the game. High Point is they're a very talented team. They do not turn the ball over. They're 6th nationally in turnover rate, and they're 5th nationally in opponent turnover rate. So they feast on turnovers, and they don't turn it over themselves. I think that's what can have a tendency to give Wisconsin maybe some trouble. But, yeah, I mean, look, guards win you games in March. Arkansas has the best one in the tournament in Darius Akuff Jr. But there are other talented guards who are capable of having great days. You look at Wisconsin, for example, and you look at guys like a Nick Boyd who's been around. He's on his 3rd school. He was a player on that FAU Final Four team from back in 2023, and he's a very, very good player. So there are guys who are capable of having good days. Even somebody for Hawaii could have a career day today. You never know, but I like Arkansas's chances with Akuff.
All right, I got 2 games here that I need your guidance and your wisdom on. Actually, 3. Texas A&M and St. Mary's. Who you got? What does Bart's bracket say? Now, I know for a lot of people this is a swing game, and if you don't want to give away any inside information, I understand. You can deal in probablys if you want.
Yeah.
But what do you think about this one?
I have St. Mary's.
Wow, I knew you were going to do that.
Reluctantly.
I knew you were going to do it.
Reluctantly, though, I do not typically trust them. They're there all the time. They hardly ever win. In the NCAA tournament, I mean, win a lot of games in the regular season. They usually play Gonzaga in the West Coast Conference title game, and then they show up to the NCAA tournament and get whooped in the first round. That's typically what happens with them. But Texas A&M hasn't been playing their best basketball for a couple of weeks now, and so I think that's the difference. I think St. Mary's is playing well, A&M's not.
St. Louis, Georgia, tonight.
I've got St. Louis in that. They've got.
You have an anti-SEC bias.
No, I love the what's the guy's name for St. Louis who wears the rec specs.
Robbie
Avila.
I
know. Yeah. I know that guy.
Avila. Yeah, Robbie Avila.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah. Larry Blurred. So I'm riding with those guys in St. Louis. Georgia, another team that has not been playing well down the stretch of the season.
All right, I'm pulling for Kennesaw State against Gonzaga. I mean, like big time. I mean, I don't have a financial interest. I'm just saying that if there's one team that I would like to see pull off the mother of all upsets in this tournament, because Gonzaga's they're out here. I think they're playing here in Portland. I know Texas is here now. Gonzaga's out here somewhere.
Yeah,
they're playing Kennesaw State, and I would like to think that Kennesaw State has a prayer being this year's Cinderella. What are your thoughts?
They came to me in a dream last night.
Yeah,
did they really?
Yes.
Yeah. Edward.
Really?
Yes.
Kennesaw State did?
Yes.
You're not making this up?
No, I'm being dead serious.
Can we get a camera on Edward? It's impossible, isn't it?
Give me like 3 seconds, but
We'll tell you what. Let's take a break.
Okay, I'll tell you about my dream when I come back.
Bart's signaling that we need to take a break.
Yeah,
I've lost
we
track
do.
of time. We'll get your thoughts on Kennesaw State. You can tell us about your dream, and we'll continue in just a moment. 8:35. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
Yeah, what's your point?
You want my point?
Yes, I asked for it. Make it.
Point.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Haskell Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Haskell pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaskell.com today to schedule your service.
And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Haskell is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
People were so excited about just our showing up when we said we're going to show up, calling them back. When we gave them a price, the price didn't change throughout the job. The price was what the price was. And so that experience that I've got in the years that I've been in customer service has taught me that if you could just keep your word, people will keep coming back.
It's what Clay Maxey and the people of Teamwork Roofing and Construction are all about. Learn more at teamworkbuilt.com. Teamwork Roofing and Construction, built on quality, powered by teamwork.
There's never a good deal good enough with a bad person. Still a bad deal.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
One of my things right now, why am I still going? I can't leave this profession like it is and then walk away because my son's in this profession. There are young coaches in this profession. And so I'm looking at this saying, we got to be part of this solution before we walk away from this. And that's part of my purpose now. Why is he speaking out about this? I want the kids to make money. I always have. I've been one of those coaches that said they should have a right to their name, image, and likeness. It's theirs. They should be able to sell it. Because we wouldn't respond that way, because of the arrogance, because of the way where you're worried about the organization instead of the kids, we're where we are right now. Now, free agency, NIL, tampering, offering, all this stuff, instead of you come with me because I can make a difference in your life. We can work together. I'm not telling you I have a magic wand, but what I'm telling you is these kids, look what they've done, where they've gone. And they were sitting where you were. So we have a history of doing it, but I can't do it for you. But I've always been about the kids getting money. I've been that way. But now where we are, no guardrails, no rules. They'll make rules to certain people now. We'll go back to, things. They're paying a quarterback $6-7 million. How? I mean, I don't understand under what we're doing how you do that. I don't care that they do it, but just explain to us how we're to do this.
When you're looking for tough, reliable equipment for people you trust, WT Equipment delivers. WT Equipment is a local, family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas, and they've built their reputation by carrying the brands you know and depend on. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, and Steel, they have the equipment and implements to get the job done right. Whether you're tackling a big job or everyday work, WT Equipment offers a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance, including compact track loaders, skid steers, excavators, and more. Their lots are packed and ready to move with special deals you don't want to miss. Bobcat is the industry leader, tough, reliable, and built to handle any job you throw at it. Nobody does light construction or hay and forage better than WT Equipment. Backed by trusted service and support long after the sale. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment location today or log on to WTEquip.com. Tools you trust and people you know.
You know, Oaklan and Hot Springs is where excitement, luxury, and nonstop action come together, all in one unforgettable destination. The Oaklan Casino Resort features a 24/7 smoke-free casino with more than 1,500 slot machines, plus blackjack, craps, roulette, along with great dining, live entertainment, and energy that goes all night. When it comes time to relax, check into the luxury hotel, enjoy award-winning restaurants like the Bugler, and unwind at the Astral Spa, Arkansas's only Forbes 4-star rated spa. And it's the perfect escape with Hot Springs National Park and beautiful scenic lakes just minutes away. And for sports fans, Oakland Sportsbook keeps the action going year-round. Bet on football, basketball, baseball, golf, and more. Even international sports with easy deposits and withdrawals all through America's best sports betting app. Oakland is your Hot Springs escape. Plan your visit today at oakland.com.
Never miss a moment of the Chuck and Bo Show on demand, driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park. Watch us on YouTube, Twitter, every weekday, or stream the podcast version of the show on Spotify or Apple. Just search for the Chuck and Bo Show.
That's why I came here, because you could do special things. Coach Sutton did it. Coach Richardson did it. Now let's see if we can do it.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Razorbacks at 3:25 today. NCAA tournament starts in less than 3 hours, and nobody's more excited than Zach Gillen, Vice President of Racing and Gaming at Oaklan Sports. Zach, good morning. I know it's like Christmas morning for you guys today.
Good morning, and you're not joking. I woke up about 2 a.m., tossing and turning, couldn't go back to bed, felt like a kid about to go to first day of school. Very excited. Not only do we have live racing, beautiful weather, but we have opening round of the big dance, and we get to see the Razorbacks take on Hawaii, and they are 15.5-point favorites. Totals dropped just a bit. It's down to 159.5.
Wow. Now, give us a sense of what it's going to be like on the app today and what it's like now, the activity, all the things that are going on between now and when this thing cranks up here in about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, so you're going to see all the games on the board. They've been there since selection Sunday. So since Sunday evening, those games have been posted, at least the ones that we knew the matchups. And then you have some of the prop markets that are available. So you have some fun stuff in the futures. Those will remain until up until that first game starts, and then some of those will start coming down. So you still have a few hours to get in. An example of that would be like a team with a color in their name to win the championship. So there are some fun things like that on the board. And then for the Razorback game in particular, a lot of player props there. Obviously, Akuff is going to be one that everyone's focused in on, and then Brazil as well. You're going to have points, rebounds, assists for each of those players, combination of those for a few, and you'll see more as we go. And then something we haven't had all season that you'll see for some of these games is actual team props based on these statistics. So you can take Arkansas team rebounds or team assists or team steals. So really a lot to dive into in just a few hours.
Hey, when you've got a guy like Akuff, does that drive traffic, so to speak? I mean, can a single player bring more people to the table?
Absolutely, it can. Here in Arkansas, we weren't going to have any issues getting people to the table for the Razorbacks. But, I mean, a good example would be other states. I can almost guarantee you the Razorbacks are taking more action than they have in prior years just based on that premier player, especially the way he was playing late in the season, the accolades that he received. It does drive. People like to follow the big names, whether that's in college or pros.
Hey, obviously the mainline sports bar is going to be active. You mentioned live racing. This is a huge weekend, I would think, not just for basketball, but just a huge weekend in general for Oakland.
It is. It's going to be a phenomenal weekend. 11 races on Saturday. It looks like we're going to have weather in the 80-degree, mid-80s, sunny, so you really can't beat that. The infield's going to be open, and it's college weekend. So if you're a college student, you really need to be down here this weekend if you're on spring break. Bring your student ID, and you're going to be able to enter in some really cool drawings. They're giving away a bunch of Apple gear, so whether it's iPads and iPhones and Apple Watches, and then they have $1,500 scholarships as well. So really, really fun weekend. A lot going on. And as you said, we'll have round one today and tomorrow, and then we have round two Saturday and Sunday. So hopefully we have the Razorbacks cheer on Saturday as well.
Zach, I'll bet you do. Hey, thanks for being with us, man. We appreciate it. Have a great weekend.
Wonderful. Y'all have a great weekend, and go Hawks.
All right, thank you. Zach Gillum, Oaklan Racing and Gaming. I guarantee you today, and it would be fun to be there. I mean, look, it's if you can get away with it this afternoon, you know, if you're in the area, can you imagine? I'm going to go to Oakland today. Got the horse races going on. It's going to be 80 degrees. We got the first round of the NCAA tournament. That's a pretty good day. That's a pretty good day right there.
It's a great day. It's a great day. I just while Zach was talking, I pulled up the Oaklan Sports app and just scrolling through all the options today. Like I'm just like drooling at the possibilities of all the bets I can put together today.
There's going to be a parlay or two out there.
There will be. I will say there's one thing I do every year. The first 2 days of the NCAA tournament, I will pick the winner of every game and put them in a parlay.
Wow.
Never gotten it right.
Huge.
How much you put down on that?
I mean, not a large amount of money. It's just for fun.
What's a large amount of money to you, Bart?
Hey, we're getting a little personal now.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
talking $5? You're talking $100?
He's Mr. Vegas.
No,
Don't
I
kid
know.
yourself.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to hear more about Edward's dream life here.
Yeah.
Whoa. You said going into the break you had a dream about Kennesaw State beating Gonzaga last night, and that, of course, piqued my interest.
Well, I
And
forgot
so I
about it.
must hear more.
I forgot about it until you brought their name up again. But I was doing behind the scenes for Kennesaw State, like videography, like I used to do in my old
Previous
job.
life?
Yes, previous
Yeah.
life. So we're doing it again in the dream life. And for some reason, Scott Drew was the head coach, and he was getting them ready for the game.
For Kennesaw State,
For
huh?
Kennesaw State. So do with that information as you will. I don't remember any other details about the dream at all, but I know for a fact that it was Kennesaw State. That's it.
Wow.
So,
But you,
Maybe-
you
maybe-
can't predict the outcome or anything like that. You just know
I don't-
Scott Drew
it-
somehow,
I think it was
some way
a
became their head
sign.
coach.
It was a sign from beyond, maybe.
Yeah.
Sign for beyond.
That in
I've had that game
some
circled.
magical way. And
I've
if you
had
have
that
it
game
circled
circled.
and they came to me in the dream, I think I'm gonna
Well,
change it on my bracket.
I'm not saying that I had it circled because I'm going to pick the upset. What I'm saying is I had it circled because that game intrigues me. And I wonder if anyone I work with maybe has had a dream about this.
Yeah. Well,
and maybe something to go on, you know, as we get a little bit closer. But
we've gotta back the Owls. They have a live owl, great horned owl mascot. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Sturgis, the great horned owl. I'm in.
Now, did this come to you in the dream, or did you actually do?
No,
real...
I'm googling it right now.
Oh, okay.
I'm on Google.
All right.
Live
Okay.
owl mascot. The great horned owl is the official owl of Kennesaw State, and Sturgis is in the family of the great horned owl. And then they're like their human mascot that wears the suit is Scrappy the owl, which I like.
Scrappy the
You need to be
owl.
scrappy if you're
Yeah.
going to be.
Well, they're going to need to be scrappy to beat Gonzaga. What's the line on that game, Bart? Is that
it's
that's probably a
substantial.
double-digit one?
Oh, it's more than a double-digit one.
Really, what is it?
It is. I'm refreshing the page to get the best. The
I
most
see
updated
21
line.
You don't have immediate information. 21 and a half.
That's what I
Yeah,
see.
21 and a half is the most
Wow.
up-to-date line.
What would you do there, Bart? At first
a lot of
blush,
points,
what
man.
would you do?
I would
there?
stay away.
Yeah.
I would stay away because I think this is one of those games where either Kennesaw State is going to lose by 8 to 10 points in a close game, or they're the game that's close to the end, or Gonzaga is going to win by 30. I think it's one of those.
I'm going to be rooting for the Owls.
I'm rooting for the Owls.
I'll be long gone by the time that game's played tonight, but I'll be rooting for them in my sleep. All right, quick break, then we'll wrap it up. This is the Chuck and Bo Show. Good morning.
I mean, look, this is what we do. We heal the hurting. We touch the hearts. We talk about the things that matter to people.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
If you've even been thinking about upgrading your ride, now's the time to check out Chevy of Fayetteville. They've got a huge selection of new Chevy trucks and SUVs ready to test drive today. Right now, you can find new Chevy Colorado Crew Cabs for under $30,000 and unbeatable savings on Chevy Silverados and Traverses with big discounts starting at $9,000 off. Great selection, big savings, and a team that's been serving our community for over 25 years. Go see Chris, Mark, Denver, and the team at Chevy of Fayetteville.
Flight by Yingling is the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yingling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yingling. Available wherever beer is sold. PG Yingling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Are you looking for tough, reliable equipment from people you can trust? WT Equipment is your local family-owned dealership with 8 locations across Arkansas. And yep, they're big-time hog fans too. From Bobcat to New Holland, Hustler, Steel, and more. They carry the brands you know and trust to get the job done. Whether it's equipment or implements, WT Equipment has the tools you need, including a full lineup of Bobcat machines built for power and performance. Stop by your nearest WT Equipment today.
Arkansas fans know that some things are just timeless, like a spring afternoon at Baum Walker or the roar you only hear at Bud Walton. Our friends at Blakeman's Fine Jewelry believe your milestone should be just as enduring as the Razorback spirit. They've spent over 35 years helping fans celebrate their big moments right here in Northwest Arkansas. Whether you're marking a graduation, an anniversary, or just a big Saturday in the SEC, let their teams help you find that perfect piece. This spring, go big, go bold, and go to Blakeman's in the heart of Pinnacle Hills.
Hold on, guys. I'm on the Chuck and Bo Show. Hold on.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
Haskell Air, Plumbing, and Electric is here to help you lighten the load. This new year, enjoy no payments and no interest on all home repairs and replacements. Whether it's fixing that stubborn plumbing issue, replacing an aging heating and air system, or upgrading your electrical, our Paschal pros are here to keep your home running smoothly and stress-free. Visit gopaschal.com today to schedule your service. And Razorback fans, we've got exciting news. Haskell is now proud to be the official air, plumbing, and electric provider of the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Hey, it's Bo, and I had no idea how little I knew about insurance until my man James Boyette of State Farm started telling me. For over a decade, he's been delivering real value, not just the lowest price. That means helping customers find the right coverage for their life with personalized plans that evolve as life changes. Serving all of Arkansas and Missouri. If you're looking for a true insurance partner, auto, home, life, whatever you need, go to JamesBoyett.com.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You get it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under $30,000. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.
Distribution Solutions Incorporated began providing superior customer service back in 1997 based out of Harrison, Arkansas, and they're supporting our local communities today and always looking for professional OTR drivers. DSI knows drivers by name. They're about their people, and when you work with DSI, it feels more like a family than a job, and they know home time matters. If you're a driver, check out their website, drivedsi.com. All the benefits, all the vacation time, and that home time that matters.
Did you know you can listen to a podcast version of the show? The Chuck and Bo Show on Demand is driven by the Fayetteville Auto Park and can be found every weekday on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Do we have a will to win? Well, come on. Let's go. This is why we did what we did all year, is to get to March to be able to play like we're one of those teams.
The Chuck and Bo Show.
This is why we did it all year long, to get to today, the opening round of the NCAA tournament. I know we're up against it right now. Bart, I think what the people want to know is, what's it going to be like inside stately Pullman Manor this morning? I mean, paint the picture for us. What are you going to be doing like at a few minutes after 11 o'clock when Ohio State TCU get underway?
Well, Chuck, I will have the TV set to CBS, where the
Yeah.
tournament begins at 11:15. TCU and Ohio State. When 11:40 rolls around, I'll go double box, bring in Troy and Nebraska.
Do you have multiple devices? I mean, do you have the iPad, the phone, a couple of television screens?
I'll just go quad box on the TV screen.
I'll be going multiple device too.
But
well,
you know,
I would
who can
expect
say?
so.
Who can say? And we'll rock and roll, and then we might there might be an adult beverage involved. Might crack the can open.
What's it going to be like with you, Edward, today? What's your plan?
Well, I'll be at home. The Rugrat will be running around. I'm
You're on
probably,
dad duty today. Is that what you're saying?
Dad-
Or you're going to
dad
watch the
duty to-
tournament with
well,
your son?
Both.
Yeah.
My wife will be there too. But today's for the boys. Today's for
Yeah.
the boys. The
All right.
little Tyke's goal will be put in the living room. He loves to play basketball right now, and the games will be on the TV and probably an iPad of some sort placed upon the TV stand as well. So we have options.
Does Bennett come watch you play in rec league?
He
Can
tried
stay
to
up that
once.
late?
He couldn't hang though. He was
Yeah.
out of there quickly. But he
Well-
did make a bracket, and he has UConn, Vanderbilt, and Arkansas in the Final Four.
Sweet.
And to be determined on the last region. We got to finish them.
All right. 3:25 today. TBS is your television station, and we'll be back tomorrow to talk about it all on the Chuck and Bo Show. Have a great day. Go Hogs.
Great people, great prices, and plenty to pick from. You got it all at Fayetteville Auto Park. Acuras, Chevys, Hondas, Toyotas, even a collision center, all at one location. Shop new, used, and certified pre-owned. Plus, Fayetteville Auto Park has hundreds of new and pre-owned automobiles with big discounts starting at under 30 grand. Shop our complete selection online at FayettevilleAutopark.com. That's FayettevilleAutopark.com.